National defense is the single largest category of the discretionary part of federal spending, and it came in at $820 billion in 2023. The two biggest defense expenditures are salaries and benefits and maintaining and acquiring new weapons systems. America has 1.3 million active duty service members in the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, and elsewhere. We have 767,000 people in the reserves. These are people in civilian jobs who do regular training, though, for the military and can be called into active duty in the future. And 779,000 are civilians that are filling various support roles in the military. I actually had no idea we had so many civilians doing important work for our military. America has also 16 million veterans, a number that is declining. In 1990, about 11% of the population were veterans, while today it's about 6%. Finally, as a share of American GDP, defense spending is about 3%. That's the lowest it's been since the data started being published around the Korean War. When you combine all federal mandatory spending with discretionary defense spending and our interest payments, that accounts for 86% of the 2023 federal spend. The remaining 14% is discretionary spending, and it covers the rest of the federal government, from payments to farmers, food safety, environmental protection, the administration of justice, and more. Some bills signed in the last few years will also impact our budget. The 2021 Infrastructure and Jobs Act will inject an additional $110 billion on average per year through 2026 into public works priorities like roads, bridges, water, and broadband. That's a 32% increase over the 2021 combined federal, state, and local spending in those areas. However, the exact funds are not evenly distributed each year and are still being allocated. Now let's look at where the money comes from. 4.4 trillion out of our 4.5 trillion of federal government revenue came from taxes. Of the taxes collected in 2023, $2.2 trillion, or 49%, were from individual income taxes, which are the taxes that are paid on income from salary, commissions, fees, tips, capital gains, dividends, retirement income, and more. $1.6 trillion, which is 37% of the revenue, came from payroll taxes, and another $420 billion, or 9%, came from corporate income taxes. So those are the big revenue streams. The federal government does get money from other sources, including another $80 billion from customs duties, $76 billion from sales and excise taxes, which are taxes on goods like alcohol, gas, cigarettes. Let's take a closer look at individual income taxes and who pays them. The top 5%, who made a minimum of about $253,000, paid $1.4 trillion of tax, or close to 66% of all income taxes collected in 2021, while the top 10%, who made at least $170,000, paid $1.7 trillion, or almost 76% of all income tax. The bottom 50% of filers who made less than $46,637, which is 77 million people, paid 2.3% of all income taxes. But just to remember, people do pay into Social Security and Medicare via payroll taxes, and they're subject to various state, local taxes, and of course, sales taxes as part of that. In 2017, Congress passed and President Trump signed the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. That lowered individual rates for every tax bracket and increased the tax credit for each child to $2,000. Most of that $2,000 is refundable, which means you receive cash back even if you don't owe federal taxes. The bill also cut the corporate income tax rate from 35% to 21%. Now, adjusted for inflation, tax revenue from companies went from $379 billion in 2016 to $248 billion in 2018 and $422 billion by 2021. There's a key thing to note, though. At the end of 2025, the individual tax cuts expire. They go away, while the corporate tax cuts do remain in place. Let's do a fact check. The federal government spent $6.2 trillion last year, and it took in nearly $4.5 trillion in revenue. That leaves a deficit of $1.7 trillion just for 2023. I'm going to let you know my personal view on this.
Yo, what?
I do
what the
worry
fuck
about
is
the
this
size
happening on
and
music?
especially the growth.
Why is there music? There's two guys talking.
In the last 15 years
Fuck.
alone,
Stop that shit. Alright. That's my bad. That's my bad. I thought the music would be actual music and not just like weird shit like that. So maybe I'll put on some ambiance right quick. Let's do some royalty-free music. Do some royalty-free music. There we go. That seems better. I don't know why that weird shit. This is from Lo-Fi Hip Hop Beats 24/7 Radio by Lo-Fi Geek. I was gonna do Lo-Fi Girl, but I was not sure if that shit would be allowed or not. Any content lately? Thank you. Hey, thanks. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. It's been a change for me for sure from when I first started, but I think I found a good rhythm of like just talking about games and what's happening in the gaming industry and stuff like that. Because I tell you, when I upload videos and when I'm actually playing games, not many people like that shit, which is fine. There's a million fucking channels that do that shit. But what I want to do is talk a little bit about just like me, stuff happening, all that stuff, and then we'll get into the other content, so to speak. But I bought Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, so it's in my library. I just have to install it when I'm allowed to install it. But I'm looking to play that like early morning, and then that'll be like for Monday. I might play a game today. I might do a little bit more of Nobody Wants to Die, because I kind of dropped that game. But that's as far as the gaming stuff goes. And I'm still working on my script for my realism video that I really want to get to. But having severe undiagnosed ADHD makes it difficult, especially when like a bunch of other shit pops off, like what happened to Dr. Disrespect and all that stuff too. And I have to kind of like schedule around it. Speaking of Dr. Disrespect though, that video was fucking crazy. Like I can't believe someone with that much like wealth and resources decided to just come out and do that thing and just be like, yes, everything I said, everything I did was a debate. We all did that just to get these journalists to publish it. And I lost my position at my company and I got my contracts terminated because I really wanted to stick it to the libs. Like, that's crazy. And it's even crazier that people are buying into it. Like, I could never be that person. That is insane shit to do. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why you would leave for like a month and a half and then come back, and your master plan was just to be like, I control everything. You only think I'm a pedophile because I want you to think that. Like, I'm not seeing the 4D chess move there, my guy. It looks like you just fucked up. But all right, let's get into some fun stuff. There was an article by where was it? Mike Drucker from The Gamer. Oh shit, hold on. Sorry. From Mark Drucker from The Gamer that I want to listen to. I want to watch because that's just pretty funny to me. So let's do. I gotta wait for a second so it pops up. Okay, here we go. I'm worried the robot in Ashtobot isn't attractive enough for me to enjoy. A lot of people in my feed are talking about Ashtobot, and for good reason. Every review I've read has mentioned glorious gameplay that turns simple moments of discovery into gifts pure wonder. It reminds me of the games of my youth, something I'd open on Christmas morning and rush to load into the system. While many other companies may have regulated traditional platforms to the dumpster of history, here, as far as I understand, Sony proves that Nintendo doesn't have the monopoly on simple, light fun. Unfortunately, I'm probably never going to experience this fun firsthand because I'm worried that Astrobot, the robot in Astrobot, isn't attractive enough for me to enjoy. I'm sure you're going to tell me that the robot in Astrobot isn't designed to be attractive to normal people. The robot is supposed to be non-human metal automaton with big eyes and the ability to hover. While its in-game behavior is meant to anthropomorphize this robot, I'm mad there is explicitly no way to kiss it, which honestly is the problem. No lips alone would normally not be a deal breaker, but but a lack of a mouth means it's harder for me to draw fan art that should make the police search my laptop. And don't get me started on the robot's chin. Why make the character with a wide rectangular jaw when you could make it pointy like the android in the Svedka Vodka ads that I was asked to stop stealing from bus stations? Oh my god, dude. I fucking love satire so much. I love it so goddamn much. And if you aren't aware of what's been going on, there's been a contingent of people on the internet upset about everything. Woke chin, women having defined jawlines, not being hot enough, not being able to be banged if they can't jerk off to its DEI. And it's been happening so much that now we have a full ass satirical article about this. So, where are we at? Maybe that's my point. Just because Astrobot was introduced a long time ago doesn't mean his design isn't woke now and can't use modernization. Yes, I admit, many robots in the real world aren't attractive at all. But this is a video game. It's an art form in which you can do anything. And by do anything, I mean it's an art form in which people making it have to specifically do it the way I want, when I want. I'm going to squeal that I've been abandoned like a baby bird in the sidewalk. Side note, I once put on Steel Magnolias because the word steel is cool and threw a Wii remote through my television when I realized it wasn't made for me. There wasn't even a warning screen like there was before in old cartoons. It just threw me in. Daryl Hannah scared me. I've never been more depressed. Oh my god, dude. So don't tell me that Astrobot can't be an attractive robot woman rather than one we call he, despite him not having any male genitals as far as I've thoroughly checked with the game camera in previous installments. The artists have the technology to make Astrobot look and sound like like a silver Sydney Sweeney or a platinum my mom after Jazzercise in 1991. The fact that they're not doing this shows a discard for me, even though every single aspect of this game is something I would love if I hadn't poisoned my mind endlessly looking for enemies. I could be enjoying this game right now if they weren't so weird and I wasn't so normal. That's right. It's their fault. And don't come crying to me if this game isn't a success. You see, I have this theory. Stick with me here. Games that don't do well are woke. that is so fucking true. Games that do well are not woke. Right? When a game is successful, I consider it solely based on my own personal perceptions of how the character looked. That's why I purchase things. I wouldn't buy bananas unless it had a sticker with the beautiful lady. The fucking Chiquita banana. Oh. Do you guys know what he's talking about? The Chiquita banana? Here, let me look at this. He's talking about this lady. Whoa, when the fuck does she look like this? No, where's my woman? There she is. There she is. Yeah. This is why I buy bananas. Look at that. Beautiful. No, they AI'd her? Ah, that's awful. Oh, disgusting. Oh, look at that. Both. I'd peel them both, you know what I mean? Anyways. I mean, I don't want to name any names, but there's definitely another recent Sony game I can think of that had a robot character I didn't want to have sex with. I can't think of any other reason why it didn't work out in the current year, market landscape, and consumer trends. Let me just move this chess piece into checkmate without even looking at the board. Oh, this is such a good fucking. Oh, Mike Drucker, this is an amazing article, dude. How much more do we have? Oh, not that much. Also, I know I'm rated correct based on sales. As of right now, Astrobot's numbers haven't been made public since the game came out less than a day ago. But I'm guessing it sold 0 copies because of the robot's head shape and its negative phrenological implications. Honestly, I don't know of anybody who bought it in my circle of Steam commenters. All the people playing online saying they're enjoying this game were paid to do so by a bunker of secret world leaders who think that would do anything, which it wouldn't. Every day my head feels like it's filled with bees that want me to sting something to make it stop. Perhaps the most disappointing is that Astrobot is filled with references to PlayStation's incredible game catalog. This is the history I grew up with and have turned into a source of pure anger. Finding small references to things and other things is what I live for. Lore, canon. All I'm asking for is the original vision of the original creator unless I disagree with their notes and letters about orcs' personal lives. And I believe with every pointlessly enraged bone in my body that good game creators make exclusively sexy demure characters, especially robots. Which, need I remind you, can be any shape and have their special parts made of rubber and gel. If you want to see, I have a few drawings that the patent office sent back to me with a hard no. At the end of the day, I'm just going to extrapolate that my personal taste in butts is the primary deciding factors in the financial success of artistic products. And right now, that robot I'm mad about has no butt. It's a can without a can, a locomotive without a caboose. It's all truck, no dumps. The grocery store is out of hams, baby. Until that grave injustice, arguably the gravest injustice happening right now, changes, I can't see myself spending money on a product that pushes its political agenda on me by having trapezoid-shaped faces. It's like I'm the only sane person left in an insane world. Mike, bravo. Also, Astrobot 5 out of 5. Here's the thing though. I know obviously this is satire, right? We know this is a satirical thing, but these are real people. Like these are real people. One of them being Grums, who always fucking talks about hot, sexy lady characters, and yet, have you guys seen his own characters? Have you guys seen that shit? Have you seen let's look at him, her. It's such a fucking stupid name. 4 years ago, 4 months ago, Oh, this is McDizzle. He's been covering this shit for a while. No, I'll just show you the image. Let's do. Yes, yes. This is so. Grums is always talking about how like, oh, these characters aren't hot. They're not hot characters. They're not sexy. They got to be hot. These Western game developers have ugly game models. Look how ugly Concord characters are. And this is what he puts out. This is the Concord killer, you guys. This is what Concord was missing. It was missing its chin, and it looks like she's like taking a dump or about to take a shit and just told me your tour is clogged. Like, this is great. And then for the dude, same. No chin though. Dude has no chin also, and he's has a similar shape to the lady. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not even joking. Like it literally, like they look after the same shape. Like in the hips, the hip area right here, like there, and like it's almost the same model. He's just a little bit buffer, but his fucking he has no chin. Like, what is this? What is this design? I don't. It is a confusing character design because I don't think there was any character design work done. Like here, let's look at let's look at Eve. Let's look at Eve from Stellar Blade. Okay. God, I hope the images are. You not want to put safe search on, just because. Well, look at like. Like, this is what he's saying that like all games should look like, right? And I don't think Eve has bad character design. I actually like her character design because there was some intention put through it, right? Like, you can see, like, there was an article of her early concept art. And I just put early concept. Does it only exist on Twitter? Is everything on Twitter? God damn. Okay. Where is it? Okay, so we'll do Stellar Blade early concept art. That might help, right? Yes. Okay. Here. So look, you have Eve's early concept art, right? And they kept some things the same, but look how, like, I'm not gonna say overly designed, but look how much detail is in this costume, right? Now, the thing about character design is that there's intention there. It's supposed to be a visual representation of what the character's about. So having her have all these extra shit here, like in her hair and all like the jewelry and stuff, that's too ornate. That's too ostentatious for a character who's supposed to be somewhat like naive to the way of the world. Right? Like, you wouldn't have this character looking like this is the first time they've been on Earth. This is more like, this is Bayonetta Hills for sure, but this is more of like a person who you would expect to see. Let's say if Eve was a woman who owned like a shadow corporation, like she was like one of those underground like brokers and deals. Like, you could see her in like an opium den, so to speak, right? Like, if you guys know what XX Holic is, like something like that. That's why this character design didn't really work. So what they did is they simplified it tremendously, because now she does kind of have that like innocent, naive look. So it's not too out of the norm for her to not know what's going on, or for her to be very like just ignorant to things. That's what good character design does. And obviously she still has this little thing here to make it look more like futuristic and sci-fi. But ultimately, the more simplified version not only helps with the character, but from a visual standpoint, it doesn't take away from the things they want you to look at, like the sword or the small intricacies here. There's intention in this. But then you look at Grums' shit, and it's this. It's like, what is this? Even if you want to say, oh, this is just like a swimsuit because it's a default skin or whatever. This is the most generic shit I've ever seen. It looks like one of those how to draw manga girls. Like there's nothing here. It's just hot body, whatever face, pink hair. Hot body, whatever the fuck this passes for a face, and random hair. That's it. Like there's nothing here. Even Concord has better designs. And I would say, which is a little bit of a hint, it's a little bit of a secret while I'm working on my script, so you guys get a little sneak peek, but even Concord has actually good character design. No, the stance is weird. The stance is fucking weird. It's like hunched. So people are like, oh, this is bad and ugly. No, the character. Yes, thank you, John. Yes, the earlier concept art of Eve would fit perfectly in Castlevania, but not in Stellar Blade, which is why they had to revise it. If they're doing a Castlevania character, absolutely. But now people are talking about how all these designs are bad. The designs are not bad. The designs of Concord aren't bad. This is an expressive design. This is the stylistic design. The problem that Concord's facing is that it went the hyper real route instead of doing stylized. Instead of doing like more of like an Overwatch or Deadlock thing. Because look at this character, for example. That's a cool design. Like that's a really cool design. It just doesn't work with this like realistic approach. And because they're doing like a halfway, it just makes it look odd. Like, because again, it looks kind of like bland right here, right? But if you go to the their concept, you would see how much better it looks when it's you see what I mean? How like it's stylized here. That's not good. But you see how this one's like more stylized? Like these designs, like look at this. This design fucking rips. This design looks amazing to the left, but to the right, it doesn't. Because instead of doing like a more like cell shaded approach, they want to go for realism, and it makes it look worse overall. But like I was saying before, the character design isn't bad. It is the fact that they decide to not go in a more stylized approach that makes the designs not pop. Because again, like this person's design isn't bad. Everyone's like, oh, it's so ugly. It's like, no, dude, it's not ugly. They just went too realistic. Because here, look at Deadlock characters. Did I see the redesign of Concord characters? Yeah, I saw it. We'll get there. Don't worry. We're gonna talk about that. But if you look at like here, right? This is very much like a Team Fortress type of art style, but it works. Because you have these crazy characters, like it works for this. Like this shit works. No. Like all these characters look good because it blends to their style. They're not going for a realistic approach. Like this looks good. I realize I'm blocking the way. Hold on. Let me move my character, my camera. There we go. Now you can see. Yeah, it's like Team Fortress 2 meets Dota. Like these are actually good designs and they look amazing because they're not trying to go hyper real. Now compare this to Concord. Concord went hyper real. That's why it didn't work. Like all these designs look great. Look at like concept art, right? So look at Abrams from concept art and then Abrams in game. Almost 1-to-1. Because they knew better. And they, they probably learned from Overwatch and a little bit, obviously Team Fortress 2. But Concord didn't do that. Concord was like, let's make it hyper real and look all that shit. And here's the thing also. I think Concord would have worked. If it wasn't a MOBA like a hero shooter. If it was like more of like a Guardians of the Galaxy type, it would have been fine. But when you do these hero shooters, you almost always have to go stylized. Like even Valorant, with all like it's like sweaty play, right? Valorant is super stylized. Like it's not going for realism. That's why it works. Same thing for Apex. Apex is super stylized. That's why these characters work. That's why you can have these zany-looking characters, these crazy powers, because it's stylized. But the second you try to go like really realistic, you lose that ability to have your characters function the way you want them to. Like imagine playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and then suddenly you're shooting lightning out of your hands and all that stuff, right? Like it wouldn't really work that well because the more realistic a game tries to be, it's obviously that it's trying to ground itself in, reality. So then you have that disconnect between reality and the game. Whereas the more stylized you go, the more your brain is like, oh, okay, it's okay. These guys can triple jump in the air because it's not real. But then speaking of that, let's do Concord fixed. I used AI to fix Concord. Here we go. There's no audio, or there's just music. Okay, so I can mute it. Okay, so we're gonna go through this. First thing, why did it become a woman? Why is fixing Concord makes it become a woman? That doesn't make any sense. Like this wouldn't make me play the game. This wouldn't make me want to play the game more because it's a woman. Because what's happening here? Like, okay, oh, she has cleavage, but no, she doesn't. What's happening here? I think in this instance, I say the robot takes it. Okay, again, this one on the left, there's nothing wrong with it. They just made it so what, her hair is straightened, which is crazy. That seems a little racist. I'm not gonna lie, that seems a little racist. But other than that, it's like they made her have a completely different like costume. On the one on the right, she looks like she's like an engineer or a scientist or a doctor. What is her class though? What is this character's name? I don't know the character's name. Surprisingly, I didn't play Concord, so I don't know his character's name is. But wait, hold on, wait. Concord is an easy fix. Just use AI to redesign the characters. Oh, and be sure to take out the pronouns. Wow, how edgy. I still say the left design is better because there's intention behind it. Okay, so we're just doing same face. It's just same face. Helmet mixing with the hair. This one's clearly supposed to be like a hazmat type thing or works in like space or whatever. This looks like, yeah, they all look younger and smoother, but like, I wouldn't play this. Like, this is just generic looking people. I would not be like, oh yeah, this game's gonna get it. This is a great game. They just made this one a man. I'm gonna be 100% real. The one on the right doesn't look bad, but its interpretation was make her a man. and then have the inverse colors. The colors I don't get. Like this one, the left is more cohesive, right? This looks like something you'd actually wear. The one on the right is like, here's some orange sleeves, and then here's a blue top right here, and I'm wearing a green shirt, and then I have my green pants and my blue gloves. What do I do? Who knows? What is this gun? No idea. The gun looks like it's tired. Okay, what did this even improve? Like, I'm being serious. What does this even improve? Like, the one on the right's not a bad design, but like, this isn't making it better. Like, what is it improving on? Is this a different character now? Like, it doesn't look like the same character. Just say, hey, black guy with a hat. Change his jacket. Give him a tie. Make him look like a weird version of Nanami. Give him wraps on his forearms. And change his hair. We don't like ethnic hair. This one is simply, hey, I don't like cool glasses, so make the glasses boring, and then make sure she has more pronounced boobies. Forget the cool shoulder pads. Get rid of those. Get rid of those shoulder pads. Get rid of the shoulder pads. Oh, what the hell? So old women aren't allowed to exist. Old women can't exist, you guys. No oldlies. No old ladies. Remember Anya from Overwatch? Yeah, she can't exist. Well, they cut this bullshit. This is such shit. And again, what's happening here? Like, is this design? Is that a shirt? Is that her ab? Is that her skin? Like, if this is the shirt, what is this part? This looks objectively worse. What game is this person on the right? This looks more like Team Fortress, honestly. It looks more like the scout from Team Fortress on the right side. wait. They just made her fully green. Just literally just fully green. Full green and then a little bit of pink, and that's it. Nothing distinct. There's no one left ones. Easily. All they're doing is just making them look like the same face and then smoothing out their skins. Like, what is this supposed to be? Is this your shirt? Why does your shirt have nipples on it? What prompt did he put in? Hey, make the lizard guy, make him buff, and then I want to see his big meaty arms, and give him abs. Just give him crazy abs, and also we gotta have nipples. I want nipples poking. I want those things cutting through the shirt, okay, like glass cutters. And also make him white. Make him a white guy. If he's not white, it's not right, you know. Again, so no aliens. No aliens allowed. No aliens allowed. No, okay. Listen. Straight up, the design on the left absolutely fucking rules. It is awesome. This is awesome design. Are you kidding me? With the suit combo, are you kidding me? Why are the glasses completely different here? Why are the glasses completely different here? They just pick the most random colors. Like, I know AI sucks. That's why. Oh boy. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Okay. I want you to really focus on this right guy on the right, okay? Because you tell me who did it better. You tell me who did it better. You tell me this isn't just a version of Yondu. You tell me this is not just Yondu. Tell me this isn't just a version of Yondu. Hell, he also looks a little bit like Gladiator. You tell me this isn't Yondu. You tell me it's not Yondu. They just did Yondu. Is that Henry Cavill? Yeah, that's Henry Cavill on here, talking about Space Marines too. Again, the one on the left rips. The one on the right, first off, what's this bandolier? What is this attached to? Why does he have a random shoulder pad? What's going on here? Yeah, how many heroes does this game have? Ah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, no women in heavy armor that looks reminiscent of the Terminator armor from Space Marines 2. I'm learning. Gunjack from Tekken. You know, I do hope Concord, I said in my video, I do hope Concord goes free to play though. It has the bones to do that. It's just, again, they spent too much money on that, not knowing the market, and 8 years later. But this design, garbage. What? First off, again, I know it's AI, but they use AI, so I can critique it. What is this shit connected to? Like the one on the left is very clear, like, hey, this person's like a heavy duty person. They're probably carrying around like a mini gun, like a turret. They have heavy armor. They're most likely a tank character, right? And then you look at one on the right, and it's like, what are you supposed to be? Like we were talking about earlier, character art, characterization through the art, right? This gives me nothing. I don't know what this person's supposed to be. Like, are you like a scavenger? Like, are you like, what are you? She would have to tell me what she is. And also the random earring. They just hate character design. Some random, is that a button on her arm? And then you have a mushroom helmet. Why do they want their faces shown? Like this one on the left, I like the design. I like the design on the one on the left. This one on the right, it's just like, I'm porn brained and I can only view women and they look one way. Otherwise, I don't like it. The end. Thank God. I'm gonna see the. I'm okay. Okay. I'm gonna make a bet that most of the comments are gonna be shitting on developers in general, saying like, "Oh, this is what they don't want us to have," and remember they said we don't have talent. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. Remember the devs calls the haters talentless freaks? And Firewalk had the audacity to call critics talentless freaks. The Hunger Games capital citizens have more fashion sense than they them. Imagine spending 8 years designing characters using zeros and ones only to be outdone by a bunch of zeros and ones. Yep, all bad comments. Even AI can be better than woke team for 8 years. Everyone knows what is beautiful besides or except sweat baby ink. This has nothing to do with Sweet Baby. You know you've messed up when the real ones look AI generated and AI ones look like they should be in the game. Ah, love it. Love it. Oh, this is why I hate being gaslit that the uglification of media isn't 100% deliberate. Everyone, even AI knows what looks good. Ah, yes. AI knows what looks good, huh? Because this is great character design. This is fantastic character design. This too, they said, hey, let's have an alien like spore creature. Got it. AI was like, I'll do you one better. Why don't I just make it a woman wearing weird clothes for no reason? And of course, but the ones on the left, that's the AI generated one, you guys. The one on the right should be in every video game. In fact, I want more characters built exactly like this. Like, oh, it's so much short and fraud I'm experiencing to see these people have the audacity to be like, this is why developers are bad. Oh, wait. I have an animation modeling background, and all I have to say is I do not believe them when they tell you that the reason the characters are ugly now is because of realism. That's only half true. When they talk about realism, they're talking about face scan technology, which uses a real person and scans it. It was developed in 2009 by Rockstar for LA Noire and is now ubiquitous throughout the industry. I don't believe it was developed by them. I think they had a different type of face scanning. I think it was developed specifically by them, but I can look into that. The choice to make them ugly is deliberate. It's a choice. Thankfully, games like Stellar Blade and more ones upcoming show us that the gaslighting won't work forever. This is why I don't care when artists compare AI art, because most artists are pretty terrible. Okay, cool. Let's do this real quick. Oh my god, what was her name? Hades artist. Her name is like just it. Yeah, Gen Z. Gen Z's art. Look at this art. I wrote her before. You telling me an AI is going to do better than this? You're telling me AI art is better than this? Better than Gen Z's? I would say no. I would say no. You're telling me AI is better than Alex Ross? Look at this shit. This is human talent here. A human did this, who has understanding of anatomy and lighting. A human did this. Alex Ross is a fucking goat. There's also like Jim Lee, you know. There's also the manga artists, right? There's Kishimoto, Oda, Kubo. Like, all of these artists are a billion times better than any of this fucking slop this AI comes out with. But for them to be like, well, AI is better, it's such horseshit. It's such cope. It's such copium. It's because they know they lack all the skills and they've never picked up a pencil and they're just like, actually, my computer is better than this. No, it's not. Because if AI was so good, why is it being trained on human art? Why is it literally aping art styles from humans? Yeah, AI doesn't have any passion. It has no passion, has no direction, has no creativity because it doesn't create. It generates. That's all it does. It just generates. Okay, I had a playlist set up here. I had a playlist for. Where'd it go? Where's my cue? Wait, hold on, wait. I have an idea. I can add this to my queue, and maybe the queue will pop up. Garbage. Okay, fine. We're gonna watch. First thing we're gonna watch a couple of videos. We're gonna watch the. There we go. That's the cue. There we go. We're gonna watch the Starfield rant. We're gonna watch a heels versus babyface video. because I think it's hilarious. Before I do that, let me send out another tweet real quick, just to be like, hey, this is the stream. Pronouns. All right. Blast that off, and then okay, we're doing some reacts.
And all that came along with it. So the question is, 1 year on, how is Starfield actually performing, and has the game turned itself around? TLDR, no, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I was right. I was right all along.
Nobody cares about Starfield. Let me just do this real quick. Let's just do Starfield. Go here. We'll do Steam DB. Starfield. It says no one cares. There's almost 10,000 people playing it right now. Within the last 24 hours, 12,000 people are playing it just on Steam alone. And when does Shadow Space come out? Shadow Space comes out September 30th. So this month, Shadow Space comes out, which would likely increase the amount of people playing the game. And people also playing on Xbox Live or Xbox Game Pass and whatever, right? But Steam's not the most accurate. But I'm just saying, like, to say nobody cares is crazy. But okay.
Hi everyone, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. I actually thought that it was the 7th of September 2023 that I did the Starfield rant, because it was actually the day after the release. There's a lot of misconceptions about when the rant happened. We'll go through those, don't worry. But in reality...
Wait. Am I having an aneurysm or what are these cuts? Like, look at this. We'll make it bigger. You can see better. Look at these cuts. Look at these cuts. Look at these edits.
The Starfield rant, because it was actually the day
So it's
after
like
the release. There's a lot of
cut right there. A lot of like, what happened? You couldn't say, you fucked up saying misconception?
Conceptions about when the rant happened. We'll go through those, don't worry.
Another cut. Another cut for don't worry.
But in reality, I had actually got early access to Starfield, and so the rant happened on the 3rd of September. But I was reminded by this person who I live rent-free in their brain that it was...
No. You don't live rent-free in their brain. First off, this is Loza. This is Loza on Twitter. This is so sad, dude.
It's actually that date, and thank you so much indeed for commemorating it, once again showing how much it did matter to all those people that cried, it doesn't matter about this and that in a video game.
Okay, wait. We're living in the Dr. Disrespect universe where people can just lie and just do revisionist history on things we can just look up. People were upset about the pronouns in Starfield. You were upset about the pronouns in Starfield. People were making fun of you. It's the anniversary of you losing your shit over pronouns. Like, again, you can get it right here. This is the person who wrote it. Coco Fox. Like, that's why bleep this part here and not this part. Like, anyone who knows how Twitter works knows when it says irrelevant people, this is you. This is the person you fucking retweeted. Like, it's...
But here we are, a year on, and this is how they mark the anniversary of Starfield. Not with the video game, but yours truly.
Oh. Wait, I watched the video yesterday. Basically, it's so many words disingenuous. No, yeah. Oh, I know it's going to be super disingenuous. He just said that people are trying to make it the anniversary of this because the game is so bad that no one cares about it, but they care more about what he did. That is insanity.
So we're just a little bit of a year removed from that. Regardless of when it was, it literally went worldwide viral, with some videos on TikTok getting in excess of 45 million views as people melted down over a guy melting down over how sick and tired he was of stupid things in video games and video games itself being boring. The much anticipated Starfield game turning out to be nothing more than an absolute damp squib. So how do we actually get to the rant? Because I'm also in agreement that it would be a little bit over the top if this happened right at the beginning of the game when the pronoun section came up. That's not when the rant happened at all. Popular misconception, but the internet doesn't give a shit about context. That's just the way the internet is. You live by that, you die by that.
Ironically, he's talking about people not caring about context and stuff. He's friends with like Nerdrotic, RK Outpost, all those guys who do nothing but take things out of context and build narratives with it. So it's weird that he's surprised that that happens on the internet, considering he's one of the main contributors.
From time to time, but I'm just going to show you exactly how we got to that point, and I'm going to use somebody else's footage because they were having a whale of a time going through it, and they themselves, oh my goodness, just used a pronoun because I use them in the unfamiliar, have gone through a recent cancellation attempt. Yes, we're going to view this from the eyes of Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers.
Oh, this video's getting better. This video's getting better. It's getting so much better. I didn't even know that he was going to be guest starring in this video. I just mentioned him.
I'm gay.
What? He, him.
That is in the beginning of the game. What was he talking about?
I love Az so much.
Okay. Bethesda, I'm going to say something to you. You should fucking listen. If you want to play pick your pronouns, then you should have an option to not enter pronoun.
Yes, agreed 100%.
That's
stupid.
The only thing about the pronoun section. The rant didn't happen for another 7 hours or so. 7 hours of me getting bored off my head. 7 hours of me having to deal with some really dumb stuff. So let's have a look at some of that dumb stuff.
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good.
Okay, so you can't say let's have a look at that dumb stuff and then speed through 6 hours of gameplay.
Listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier.
Yes.
So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there.
You're a dude.
My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance.
Uh-huh.
The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place.
Yeah.
I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. A title he earned.
Oh, this doesn't help you, dude.
So stupid. Az is dead. He's done. He's so done.
So what is he mad about then?
He's just gonna sit there. He's like, I don't care. I'm just gonna go to sleep right now.
It's so strange to me. There's people who will be like, this game is trash, this movie sucks, this series is terrible, and then they'll be like, but I watched 800 hours of it just to see how bad it really was. Like, no, dude. Here's the truth. Okay? Exactly. Why would you play a game for 7 hours not enjoying it? Makes no sense. Here's why. It's because they do enjoy it. They do enjoy it. They enjoy everything they talk about. They just lie. Here, and it's not just me saying this. Here, since he brought Jeremy in this, real quick. I think it's under. Hold on. Let me make sure I have my things up. Let me just do trace only. Kind of want to like get canceled or some shit happening things up here. But hold on. I think I bookmarked it. Did I not bookmark it? Ah, idiot. Oh, it's on my account. It's on my account. Let's give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I will prove to you guys that here it is. Okay. All right. So here is Jeremy himself giving the game away.
Welcome to every video we make. We use one little thing and then we build the narrative out of it. Don't act like that's not what we do.
I don't build a narrative. I
You're
give
an
my
absolute
opinion.
fucking.
You are
Well, we do. You've made the same fucking video on the same topic at least 7 times a week, Ryan. And you're gonna act like we don't do that.
I talk about I talk about
says one fucking thing and we make a whole video out of it. That's what we do.
It's what we do. It's what we do. That's it. That's it. That's the grift. They find one thing that they can run with and they run with it. So for heels versus babyface, he actually likes Starfield. He likes Starfield. That's why he played the game for 6 hours. He likes the game, but he can't like the game on camera. So he has to play this up. Because it is not, this is being a clone of a dude and you're not a dude is nothing to blow up about. But for content, he blows up for it.
Need him to pick option 4. I haven't seen this yet. Please.
You doing okay?
Sorry, dude. What did you say? Oh, look. You're a clone of a man. How does that work?
So this is hilarious because he picks that option. Like he doesn't have to pick that option. He could have picked this. Victus must have been an impressive commander of for the UC to want to clone him. Or are there others from your program still out there, other clones? Or hey, doesn't Salante succeed in securing that legacy? But he specifically chose the question that would lead on to more of the thing he supposedly hates.
I'll just seriously just off. It's infected everywhere.
Nerves kicking in.
Oh, shut the up. Oh, I've still got to talk to them to finish the.
Before we get up there,
What?
there's something else I thought you should know.
You're
My
a
relationship
double
with the
dude.
UC. It's
You're a
Not
double
even funny,
dude.
dude. Just skip it.
On top.
Just skip it.
Here
This is
Amin with
actually
a
the only reason I'm here in
20,000
the first place.
ADR says Space Dylan Mulberry. Yes.
I'm a clone of a man named
First off, it's Dylan
Francois
Mulvaney,
Sanon,
so that's weird.
one-time fleet admiral of
But
the
again, just
UC
skip
during the
this.
I
Colony
have to
War,
go through this again.
former head of the UC Navy.
I have to go through this
They
again.
called him Ve Victus.
Whoa, did they call them they Victus? They Victus. They them Victus?
Oh, hilarious.
Some
What is-
days I really miss
So
alcohol.
funny.
I really
So
miss,
funny, dude.
I
This is
really
hilarious.
do miss alcohol and abusing
Secure the
drugs. Some
leadership
days.
of the UC
I'm not saying
military
today's one of them,
generations to
but
come.
today's one of them. There's something you should know about me. I have a massive car. I'm more interested in what this has to do with us addressing the
getting there.
cabinet. I don't give a
The man I was
about
cloned
your
from, my
pronouns
father,
or who you
was
identify
executed for
as.
acts he committed during
Just
the
give
war.
me my space
The man
money
caused a
and
lot
my
of death
space
on both
experience.
sides. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
Whatever you say, buddy. Pal, chum, mate.
So it's just the same
So your
joke.
help means a lot more than I figured you might realize.
Well, my help
just-
might dry up real quick, buddy.
I love that it's
I
just
didn't come on.
they're just giving you
There's
they're just giving you context for the character for why they appreciate your help and he's losing his mind.
been no sexual shenanigans with this person.
Thought you ought to know.
I just thought I would say
You
the
know,
most
while we've got a
ridiculous
second,
thing
was
when they
there
said,
anything
"There's
else you
something I
needed
need
to
to tell
discuss?
you." And
know you
obviously,
got
being a
dropped into
clear
the middle of this
female,
pretty
I just
fast.
joked, "You're a
Or
dude."
if you've
And
got
then they
any
went
Oh
to
my
tell-
god, dude.
gonna keep us waiting out here.
I don't
This
have any
is-
questions. No.
Then I guess it's just
Don't
a
care.
Part he bursts. The part where he bursts.
No, this is funny.
Everything is gender ambiguous, I'll just fuck off. I like women. I like my women to be women, right? You know, the
He
old-fashioned
doesn't-
women with breasts and vagina, not cocks and fucking
He does not interact with women. Just letting you know right now.
hairy chests and beards, you know. Jesus, ESG, fucking hell. So it's a further 30 minutes later
ESG.
until the rant actually happened. I was just done with that segment of the game. I've been bored out of my mind for the last 6.5 hours or so, and everything just came to a head then, festering inside of me until
That's
it
me.
decided
I love playing games that I hate so much for 7 hours straight on stream. I don't have to play. I wasn't paid to play it. He got an early access, but he wasn't sponsored by Bethesda. He could have just not played it.
come out in what's now known as the Starfield rant.
Welcome to Interstellar Affairs.
Yeah.
I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat.
Well, I'm worried
McIntyre,
about having an
GKC and
affair
second in command.
because I'm worried that the person I'm
I
going to have an
heard you were
affair with might not, you know,
instrumental in
might
protecting the
be
city from the
more
attack.
than meets the eye. You know?
That's stupid. Why are you like? God, this is so terrible. Like, she's the president of affairs. I'm worried about an affair. Guy, genius, really good comedian,
I
guys.
was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. You do know what the archives are, correct?
As is just done.
Sorry, what did you say? I wasn't listening. You're whammon. Let's pretend that I don't have the slide. No, I don't care. No, I'm going to play along.
Someone paid attention in current events.
No, I just don't care. Hey, do you know what I love? Hey, Bethesda.
Freestar
Bethesda.
Collective and House
Bethesda.
Faroon.
Oi, cow,
No.
shut your fucking cake hole. Hey, Bethesda. I just want to say something to you. Bethesda, I just want to say something to you, Bethesda. Just want to say a little something. Bethesda, there is nothing I love more.
Okay, so let's get this straight. Because now this makes it look 1,000 times worse. It would have been a better idea if this rant would have happened during the part where he got upset about the clone, right? But he's going to do this rant when a woman is just telling him about the archives. This is where it comes to a head. Talking about the archives elicits this level of anger. The archives, not the clone. Is that what I'm understanding?
Than to actually head. There is nothing I love more.
Yeah.
I love nothing more.
Yeah.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know.
The rest, as they say, is history, as that rant went viral, as my wonderful friend Dan Vask messaged me and said, hey, mind if I post that epic Starfield rant? Might bring you a bit of heat. Turned out to be
Wait, what did he write?
epic.
Hey, dude, mind if I screen grab your epic rant about the Starfield woke shit and post it on Twitter? Might bring you some heat, though. Your friends talk like this? Your epic rant about Starfield woke? Unironically, they talk like this. Amazing.
Starfield rant might bring you a bit of heat. Turned out to be the heat of a nuclear blast. But the reality was, finally, people had something to say about Starfield, even if it was passively, because the game itself wasn't remotely engaging. Everything that made Bethesda open world games like the Elder Scrolls series or the Fallout series so much fun was the exploration and adventures that you got into between moving from one location to another. Starfield had replaced all of that aspect with cutscenes. Taking off, landing, hyperspace cutscene, all gone. Everything that made these games.
I just realized he's wearing a Geeks and Gamer shirt. Now here's the thing though, because I'm out of my word. I am not these guys. I can admit when people make points. That is a fair point to make. That the level of exploration in Starfield wasn't as grand as we would expect, considering the fact you can go to different planets. They did use lots of cutscenes, and it was annoying that you had to just like land different places before you want to get somewhere. They've obviously been working on that with the addition of the rovers and stuff. Now, had he said that, I don't think anyone would have had a problem with him. But that's not what he said. He was mad about pronouns. Not about the game itself, not about the mechanics, just pronouns. Just upset over pronouns. Again, which is something that happened way earlier. And he waited until a woman was talking about the archives to talk about it. who herself didn't mention anything with pronouns. Just asked him a question.
Great had been lost, and we were left with a snooze fest that seemed incredibly dated and exceedingly, I'm going to say it, get ready, boring.
Oh, that's your catchphrase.
As long as the credits keep
Natal and Starfield only shifted around 3 million copies maximum upon its launch, significantly under what they had hoped. The early access model
but 3 million copies is not bad.
Seemingly putting more people off purchasing the game as they were able to see exactly what it was all about, which was for the most part empty worlds.
Real quick, can we look up the Starfield sales? Steam 3.1 average from 4 different estimates, 4 good to know. How Starfield remains a success story in the face of failure. Starfield sales success 20 as the 11th best-selling game contradicts its mixed critical receptions, making it an outlier as a profitable new IP. So the 11th best-selling game of 2023. What games came out in 2023? Let's just see what games came out in 2023. Yeah, and the game was also on Game Pass too, so like that's something to consider also. All right, so last is part 1, part 2. Let's do rank stuff, right? Wait, best-selling games 2023. Oh no, I'm being an idiot. I don't have to Google search all of a sudden. So we'll look at Statista. Okay, so let's look at the games that came out. You had Hogwarts Legacy, which of course was number 1. We don't have to get into that, right? Call of Duty, okay. Madden, Spider-Man, Zelda, Diablo, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Mortal Kombat, Star Wars, EA Sports Football, Starfield, Super Mario Brothers, Resident Evil 4 Remake. I would say this was a pretty good list to be on. For a new IP, like Hogwarts Legacy also is not even a new IP because it's based off of, Harry Potter. This is the only game on this list that is an original IP. Everything else here is either a sequel, a remake, or based off of an existing IP. Resident Evil 4 remake, Mario, it's Mario. EA Sports Football Club 24, it's sequels. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, sequel based off a popular IP. Mortal Kombat 1, sequel based off popular IP. Sequel based off popular IP. Sequel based off popular IP. Sequel, a sports franchise, infinite sequels, sequel based off popular IP. Starfield is the only game that is literally an original IP, and it broke through to be the 11th best-selling game of 2023. Mind you, in 2023, we had a lot of games. You had Forspoken, oh god. You had Hi-Fi Rush. You had the Dead Space remake. You had what else did you have in 2023? You have Tomb Raider? No, who cares? Atomic Heart, which did have a lot of hype going into it. You have Sons of the Forest, Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, Octopath Traveler 2, Destiny 2 Lightfall. Like you had a lot of games coming out people were looking forward to. I personally really like 9 Years of Shadow. For a remake for it right here. Dredge was a great game. You had a lot of good games coming out. Ghostwire Tokyo. You had a lot of good games, original IPs coming out. And of all those games that came out, the only one that broke the top was Starfield. Asian Marshall 5 million? That's crazy. I thought honestly it'd sell a little bit less. But yeah, you had all look at it, all these games. All these games. October, Detective Pikachu. All of these games came out. Slay the Princess. Amazing game. I love Slay the Princess. I streamed it. Alan Wake 2 came out in 2023. And Starfield, which people are still playing to this day, beat them all to get the 11th seed of the top 13 games. Oh, top 20 games. Let's see what else. Okay, let's see what Starfield beat. It beat Super Mario Wonders. It beat Resident Evil, MLB, Deadline 2, Final Fantasy 16, Street Fighter 6, Elden Ring. Granted, Elden Ring came out the year before. Mario Kart 8, Minecraft. Beat Minecraft. So I would say this guy's kind of wrong.
Vacuous space, unengaging characters, and very mediocre gameplay. Even modders didn't want to touch this game with a barge pole. Starfield multiplayer.
The modders gave up because not the game was trash, but the game embryo sucks. That's why they gave up.
Modders give up because the game is, quote, trash.
Like literally, no. It's Starfield modders quit. From Gaming Bible. That was one he used, right? Yep. Okay. So from Gaming Bible. Mod team responsible for one of the most popular mods of Skyrim. Skyrim together gave players a chance to switch the game from single to co-op, and was hoping to bring the same abilities to Starfield. The problem is, above statement says Starfield is struggling. What made Skyrim such a popular game was the hand-craft attention detail, yada yada yada. Exploration is lively, high-crafted worlds, completely gone. Damage that comes weeks after. The damage statement comes after weeks of the game being kicked repeatedly. The game lost so many players. That's now a few players in Skyrim. Fans believe that the game is a missed opportunity. I don't be continuing developing Starfield altogether. I'm not going to put my heart and soul in the mod for a game miracle that it is. Cool. But let's see what they actually said. Let's go to Reddit. Starfield modders didn't give up. No idea what the situation is, but some were still waiting for official tools. Clickbaiting. YouTube game videos are mostly obsessed with regurgitated clickbait. Some are even AI-driven, like Human Centipede or Ouroboros. Literally sitting here waiting for the CK to become available. And if we just go real quick, let's just go to Nexus Mods. Which I don't remember, but only on another account. We can just do Starfield. Let's look at Starfield. This is what modders gave up on this game, right? So if I click on a mod for Starfield, I don't find anything because modders gave up. It's September. Last updated in October. So about a year. Clean field, no windshield, undelayed menus, better HUD. They have 853,000 results. Utilities, visuals, modder resources, interface, utilities, user interface, visuals, gameplay. Gameplay is always the big one. Instant scan, improved combat AI, weapon stuttering fix, stealth overhaul. I feel like if they gave up on this game, they wouldn't have done so much. This page has 73 mods alone. Yeah, basically, some person says it's trash and it becomes fact. The irony, though, is the person who said it's trash, they didn't even tell you who said it. modders did not give up on Starfield. And there's not any major fixing, at least not the type fixing that I would believe. Even before official mod support, Starfield is approaching the 10 most modded games on the world's biggest mod site. Starfield is Nexus Mod's 11th most modded game. Yes. Okay. So I don't think I have to do any more detail to show you that this guy was wrong. Like, that's crazy. Because who was the guy who said that? Starfield multiplayer mod dev quits mod and makes open source when he realized he was playing Starfield. So one guy, one modder, the mod team behind Skyrim together. That's it. One modding group. One modder group. That's it. One modding group said that they quit. They said they quit, and that became a bunch. Okay. Yep.
Didn't want to touch this game with a barge pole. Starfield multiplayer modders give up because the game is, quote, trash. But when a bald, fat, middle-aged dude that allegedly looks like a thumb, so I've been told, is the biggest thing about your game, then you know you done fucked up.
Once again, this was the 11th best-selling game in 2023.
Retail giant Walmart couldn't wait to dump the physical copies of the game. It just wasn't selling at all. A meager 4 months into the launch of the game, it was determined that it was taking up valuable space, no pun intended, that could be utilized to put a product there that actually would sell. Reviews were in the toilet and nobody gave a toss, and none of it had anything to do with me. It was about the quality or lack thereof of the game itself. My rant was more of a boiling point moment, somebody that was just complete and utterly frustrated with the Western entertainment industry, whether it be video games, TV, or movies.
Okay, again, let's real quick. So you're frustrated with the Western entertainment media, and yet you continue to consume it. The media you think is bad, you continue to consume it.
Utter fall to far-left partisan politics, this preferred pronoun nonsense, which of course is rooted in compelled speech. No, sir,
what?
I don't want to play your stupid games, thank you. I just want to immerse myself in a world and let myself go. Get myself out of here. Escape for a short while.
You guys should be proud of me. I resisted to let myself go. That's a joke.
But of course, the politics of these people mean that you can't escape at any moment in any area, in any kind of fictional environment.
Why'd your tongue blue?
You must have it smashed into you at all times about what the progressive ideology is. And to that, I say go fuck yourself. And it seems that my frustrations have spread throughout the gaming universe. Take Concord, for example. A game published by Sony. 8 years of development, over $100 million of investment. They purposely made sure to exclude white characters from the game because it's made by racist, progressive pigs.
Wait a minute. They didn't exclude white characters from this game. We just saw one. What are you talking about? Where's that white guy? Right here. He's right there. He's right here. See? He's there. But also, there's a... Is this not a white guy? This is like the white guy. This is the most white guy ever. That's weird that he'd say that. It's almost like he just lies.
dogs that seem to exist on a steady diet of hormone blockers
for a modern gaming audience.
They made their own characters look like Portlandian land whales that look...
Okay, he can't say that because he looks worse than them. Like, he looks worse. He looks worse.
Look so disgusting, nobody in their right mind would have any desire to play them whatsoever.
And also, I'm sorry, again, no one who actually likes video games doesn't play a video game because they don't find the character attractive. That's just not, that just isn't how it works. Because then the converse has to be true, right? That means that every game you play is because you find the characters attractive. So you're playing Astrobot, weird. You're playing Black Myth Wukong, jail time.
The game failed miserably, having to be pulled down after a meager 2 weeks of release. I seriously hope it was worth it, Sony. You absolutely deserve that big fat L. Another piece of pathetic ideology.
Here we go.
Dustborn is performing just as badly, with a concurrent player base currently of around 30 people, showing that players simply don't want this absolute tripe.
Or let's live in a reality where not every game is made for everyone, and this is the game a lot of people hadn't heard of. A lot of people hadn't heard Dustborn. It barely got promoted. And this isn't a game that would have mass market appeal. It's not a shooter. It is a narrative, almost Telltale-esque game about a road trip across a fascist America. This isn't Call of Duty.
Now, companies are well within their right to create these types of games, but one thing they're not within their right is getting a sale. That has to be earned, and if the customer decides that it's not for them, oh well, I guess you'll have to live by the mantra that you so love to say yourselves: the consequences of your own actions.
I like how he's trying to be deep when he's just explaining free market. But the funny part is, right, these people hate free market because anytime a game comes out they don't like, instead of just taking his own advice and just not playing the game, they make 100 videos on it. They're making videos on Fair Game, which we're going to get to, that I didn't even know existed. I didn't know the game was even a thing, and they're all just talking about it because they're moving on to the next grift.
Which brings us to 1 year on from Starfield's release and how much interest there is in the game, which is not a lot. Only 8,500 odd people are currently playing the game, with around 9,500 people peaking in the last 24 hours. Now, how do we compare this? Well, I think the fairest way to compare this is with other Bethesda games. Even Fallout 70 shit, which was deemed a massive failure within its own right, has more concurrent players now.
I wonder why. I wonder why the MMO has more players playing it now than the single player game that came out a year ago. I wonder why. I wonder why that's the case. Hey, was there a TV show that came out to do with Fallout by any chance? Has there been updates to the Fallout 76 that might have enticed more new players to come play? Was that a possibility? Maybe. A little bit? Who knows? Maybe. Because Starfield is going to get a huge boost on September 30th because that's new content coming out September 30th. Weird how doesn't give you that analysis, right? Where it's just the reason why that game might have less than this. And I'm going to assume, I pre-watched, he's going to also put even Skyrim or, no, who does do Skyrim? A game that's been modded to hell that I have a mod version of since 2011. Like, you want to understand why these legacy games have more people playing it than this newer IP that's a single player game that's getting DLC, a huge expansive DLC on the 30th.
now and a higher concurrent peak over the last 24 hours. It's also an older game as well. Ah, yes, but Fallout 76 is an online multiplayer game. How does Starfield compare with other Bethesda single-player games? Why, I'm very glad that you asked. Fallout 4 currently has 2.5 times the current player base of Starfield, thanks due to the release of the Fallout London mod, which was actually created not by Bethesda.
So what you're telling me is games that are receiving huge content updates are having more players playing them than games that aren't. Fascinating.
But by fans, you know, the ones that don't want to touch Starfield with a barge pole, and has renewed interest in the game. By the way, a mod that I'll be playing live on stream later this month. Because if there's something which piques a player's interest, they're gonna check it out. Which leads us...
Wait. But even if it's a mod, it's still a Fallout mod. It's a Fallout game for the Western games that you hate. No? They're not going to do things so dramatically different than the mod to make it not a Fallout game, because it would be a Fallout game. So what is this?
To the ultimate comparison
Skyrim.
against the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, a game that turns 13 years old in a couple of months' time. And it comes as no surprise to me to see that Skyrim has 3 times the amount of players concurrently than Starfield, because Skyrim is an amazing game with a ton of replay value. Not only that, but heavily supported by modders who are creating more content for...
Again, it is because of the modders. It's not because... Okay, here's the thing. When Skyrim came out 13 years ago, it was mind-blowing, yes. But since those 13 years, if a new person came in and played vanilla Skyrim, they wouldn't play very long, okay? And I'm saying that as a person who has logged in many hours in Skyrim. I have played Skyrim on my PC. I played on the Xbox 360. You have a huge modding community keeping it alive for a decade. Of course people are going to play that, because now you can play that game as anything you want. It's not even Skyrim anymore.
For the game and giving people more to do. This is what happens when you create something with love, care, and attention, which Starfield seems to lack.
But you guys have that in common then. You don't create shit with love, care, and attention. You lied for the past 18 minutes.
Starfield seems to very much mirror the current Western gaming industry. Vacuous, empty, dull, and more importantly, soulless. Starfield is a failure of its own making.
Okay, your closing arguments are going to suck. But he just said something interesting. He said that the Western games are empty and soulless, which is hilarious to me, because some of those popular games of all time, even more recently, have been from the West. You yourself are going to play Fallout 4. People are playing Fallout 4 right now, according to your own video. So what are you talking about? Fallout 4 is infinitely, I would say, more woke than Starfield. Starfield just has pronouns. Fallout 4 is a critique about like capitalism, like the politics you hate. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, this guy sucks. He's so bad that he does. All right. Oh, before we go to the video, I wanted to go over the where is it? No, not that one. What is this? Oh yeah, this article. This article is so funny to me. The whole Sony doesn't have enough original franchises built from the ground up, executives say. The fans just want someone to bring back Sly Cooper and Resistance. Yeah, like, so Sony Chief Financial Officer Hiroki Totoki, wow, really? Okay. Doesn't think that the media giant has enough franchises that it's fostered from the beginning, calling it an issue for the company as it seeks to rival its competitors in space. whether it's for games, films, or anime, we don't have that much IP that we fostered from the beginning. He said to the Financial Times, we're lacking the early phase of IP, and that's an issue for us. That's an insane thing to say. Infamous is right there. Right? Like, Infamous is right here. PlayStation fans quickly seized on Tokyo comments, posting images like Super Resistance and other long-lost franchises, but others point out Tokyo is referring to the business as a whole, which is lacking in homegrown properties on the scale of, say, Mario, outside of Spider-Man, Sony's biggest transmedia success, which they view to get fanfare, but they also now have Astrobot. Astrobot just fixed everything for you. Astrobot just saved them. Sony, you have the franchise now. Look at this. Look at this. They love it. They love Astrobot. Look cute little Astrobot. They love him. You're fine. You're great. You're golden. But also, I would have to guess that maybe the reason why you guys don't have a lots of IPs from the beginning is because you focus more on these long development cycles with these quadruple A graphics and $100 billion into things instead of making games like Astrobot. You guys aren't making mascot games. That's why you don't have IP. Like, Nintendo, for all the anti-consumer shit they do, Nintendo has always understood that long development cycles aren't great and that you need something in the meantime. Nintendo has a bunch of mascot characters they can pull out. They have a ton of original IP because Nintendo doesn't spend $60 trillion on each game wanting it to make a gajillion dollars each time. They spend money on games they have faith in, and they let the team work together for a long period of time so that they understand each other, so they know the system, they know the market, and all that stuff. So when you release a game, it usually comes out to critical acclaim, unless it's Battle in Wonderland. In fact, Nintendo's problem is they have too many characters they just sit on. People cry every time Samus is releasing the game because they barely get her. Same thing with Star Fox. Same thing with Donkey Kong. If you're not Kirby or Mario, you get scrapped from Nintendo. Capcom, they haven't released a Mega Man game in Jesus Christ how long. People still want Mega Man Legends. Oh, and Microsoft owning Rare was the worst thing to happen by far. Microsoft owning Rare got rid of Banjo-Kazooie, got rid of, Donkey Kong games. They got rid of so much. They tried with like Cameo. You guys remember Cameo from 360 Days? They tried that, but it just didn't work. Hold on, I'm gonna get back real quick. Okay. What was I saying? Game of the year. But I also wanted to look at another article Not much of an article, more of a spreadsheet. I thought I had it. Oh, here it is. All right, so this is the woke content detectors create a list of games. Now, here's the thing. I know this has been making rounds on Twitter. One people I follow, I think it's a mutual of mine, Cerberus, posted this. And I just want to say that I made this video months ago, okay? I did this. Look at this, all right? I did this. Look at that. Posting it. I did that 5 months ago. And then my last one a month ago. I'm thinking of doing another one, but I haven't found any new sources. But I did that. And now everyone's talking about, oh, woke content creators. I was there. I was the OG. No one else was covering this stuff. And then I started it. In fact, I type in woke games. Whoa, look at this. Dude, Andy Pants just has the same content. See? Hassan react. Oh, that's bullshit. I should be up here. I was the first person to do this. There's me. I was the first person to do this. And I get no respect. I get no respect, you guys. Twitter just, not from Twitter, not from YouTube. Woke video games is something I did. I started this. I did this. See? Woke content detector. Me. I did this. The woke consulting firm that ruined all these games is TTBN Inc., right? Yeah. Asmongold's such an idiot. Anyways, I was just letting y'all know that I was the guy who got all this popping off, all right? But what I want to do, I want to go through the ones that are actually recommended. Because and you know what? I probably will do a video on this, the ones that they recommend. But I just want to see what they have here. So we have Metro. First off, the Metro series is completely woke. So it's strange that it's here. So is Sid. Sid Meier's Civilization is woke. So is Team Fortress 2. The Witcher, absolutely. Why isn't Sekiro woke? Why isn't Sekiro woke? Shut up. Final Fantasy 13's not woke? Amazing. Crisis Core. Lies of P's not woke. Okay. Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Monster Hunter World, BioShock 2. BioShock 2 is not woke. BioShock 2 is not woke, you guys. That's news to me, honestly. I didn't know that. That's news to me. BioShock. So it looks like this. So BioShock definitely woke, right? Let me just find it. Wait, so BioShock Infinite woke. The original BioShock not woke. Or not on this list. Oh, might be informational. Yeah, BioShock. Okay. So BioShock is informational because it contains LGBTQ messaging. According to creative detective Kevin Levine, the minor NPC Sander Cohen is gay. In-game audio log alludes to possible homosexual interactions. Pro or anti is unclear. Amazing. Truly amazing. Truly amazing. No, you think they know who Ayn Rand is? You think the people who took time out of their lives, who made this list, have any idea what objectivism is? They probably call objectivism based. They don't know what they're talking about. Come on. You're giving them too much credit. You're giving too much credit. Okay. What else is recommended? Dragon Ball Z. Oh yeah, fighting game's not gonna have this. Well, actually no, because Street Fighter's not. Street Fighter will be considered woke for these guys. Kingdom Come Deliverance was by intention to be quote unquote not woke, but the sequel is a little woke, and they're gonna be upset about that. Some of these games I've never heard of, like legitimately. Not saying I'm like Mr. Gamer, but like have you heard of Colony Ship, a post-Earth role-playing game? Have you heard of Underrail, Grimoire, Heralds of the Winged Exemplar version 2, Black Geyser, Couriers of Darkness? Like, have you heard of these games? Vendetta's Curse of Raven's Cry. Okay, hold on, wait. This game came out in 2015. Whatever. 1922. This game came out in 2015. It looks like it came out in like 2011. 255 reviews. I got scammed. In order to get this game to start running, you need to get past some weird DRM. The game wants you to play it without a CD key, and it's impossible to put in the CD key once you start the game. Wow. And this is the game they recommended. They recommended. This person just played 70 hours of it. No review, just a thumbs up. Besides all the issues with the game, I still enjoy it. 30 minutes played. And this is the game they recommended. This is the game that was recommended. Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition contains no woke content. I don't think you played Final Fantasy 15. I think you know what they're saying? I bet you it's because there's 4 guys in the group, so there's no women characters. And the one woman character, Cindy, is like wearing a bikini. So like, oh, this can't be woke. Let's not look at the themes of war with the Empire. Alien Isolation. I mean, you play as a woman. But okay. Deus Ex? I'm sorry. Deus Ex? Deus Ex is not woke? Armored Core is not woke? Days Gone. Oh, by the way, the creative director for Days Gone is losing his shit on Twitter because Deacon is a little bot you can find in Astrobot. He's mad about that. Wizardry 8. Jagged Alliance 2. Freddy Fish and Luther's Maze. What is this? No, I have to look this up. What is Why is this? Who's playing this? Who's playing this? Who's playing this? Also, where can I play this? Is it on Steam? Wait, hold on, wait. Oh, this is educational games? These are the re-releases of educational games? This is what they recommended? This is what they recommended? Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. They have to go through all of this because they refuse to play good games. Putt Putt joins the parade. Pajama Sam. Spy Fox. Dry Cereal. And then Quake. Doom. Doom Eternal. Doom 2. Isn't Doom, the Doom guy himself, super woke? Like, no? Am I wrong with that? Half-Life? Half-Life isn't woke. Got it. Got it. At least there's some good games they can play here, though, right? Like, Barotrauma, Soma. Yeah, Soma's not woke. Way of the Samurai, Project Warlock, Slay the Spire, Cuphead. Oh, he must not have played the DLC when you play as a woman, so they must not be including that. These games are like, okay, first off, Tropico games definitely are woke, so I don't know what they're talking about. Tropico 6. Just look right here. El Presidente is back. Prove yourself once again as a fear dictator or peace-loving statesman on the island state of Tropico, and shape the fate of your very own Banana Republic through 4 distinctive eras. This is 100% a political game. Like, in times of political turmoil and social unrest, the people are calling for visionary leaders who will steal their fate of the country with foresight and ingenuity. How is this not? How is it not? How is it not? Yeah, like you can create policy. What are they talking about? Oh my god. Okay, Code Vein. Code Vein's not woke, but Code Vein sucks, so I don't care. Hitman. The Stanley Parable. Gothic 2. The Banner Saga. Age, Empire. All these like god games though, I think are inherently woke. So it's weird they put them up here. Oh, you guys want to play some Zup? You want to play Zup? I guess Zup 2. Wait, what the fuck is Zup? So many of these games that they are recommending are like puzzle games. Wow. Okay. No, I shouldn't say that because there's a puzzle game that didn't like here called Paper Trail. They said Paper Trail was woke. Plants vs. Zombies. These are all recommended. Sim City. Leisure Suit Larry. I mean, this is the one where I would say yes. Leisure Suit Larry is not woke at all. It's actually not very good games to begin with, too. Syrian Warfare? Try to Win, Left on Red, Amanda's Sticker Book, like Trine. So a lot of these games that they're saying are not woke, it's just like either repackaged educational games or it's like essentially children's game. And then for some reason they have like kindergarten. Mighty Gunvolt Burst. So most of these games here are games you'd have to search for. You've never heard of most of these games. And then just Sonic Adventure DX. Warhammer's the Horus Heresy Legions. Yeah, I'm saying some is just like mobile game. Mafia 2. Mafia 2 you play as a black guy who literally kills. No, Mafia 2 is absolutely woke. Or is that Mafia 3? Oh no, wait, let me make sure I'm talking about. My bad. Mafia 2. Might be right. Wait, Mafia 2, what's the plot of Mafia 2? Okay, so then, I'm not gonna lie, I've never played these games. I do know what they're winning because I bought it for someone once. But, okay, so these are the recommended games. You have 386 recommended games. You have 747 not recommended games. Literally, look at some of these games. You can't play Ultra Kill. You can't play Lord of the Rings. You can't play Wizard with the Gun. You can't play Dead Rising Deluxe because it contains overtly pro-DI messaging. The NPC Larry Chang was race swapped. No, he wasn't. He was not race swapped. So this lets me know where these guys are getting their information from. He was not race swapped. He was not race swapped. Like literally. This is what he looks like now. This is what he looked like before. One was clearly an offensive stereotype, and the other, not so much. Literally redesigns Larry to be less racist. It's insane to say that he was race swapped. It's insane because what they're saying here is they think they can only tell someone's Chinese if they look like this. Like they're saying they can only watch this. This is the only Chinese person they can look at. Let's just do something real quick. Let's just do stock image Chinese man. This is a Chinese man. So is this. So is this. So is this. And so is this. This guy too. So what they're saying though is none of these guys count. None of these guys count as Chinese. They would not see them as Chinese because they don't look like this. Therefore, must be race swap. Yeah, that's right. They always say pro DEI messaging, but they don't know what that is. They just say it. Absolver? Equal numbers of male and wait. They're mad of Absolver. Now, mind you, Absolver was a weird game, but they're saying it's equal numbers of male and female fighters. Half the bosses are female, including the final boss. And that makes it not recommended. Have you guys ever played Absolver? Or do you know what Absolver is? Because if you don't know, here's Absolver. Here's the game Absolver. It's like an MMO fighting game where you get like special moves and stuff. Having your character be a woman or a man makes no sense. Wait, hold on, wait. Let me check. Is Sifu on this list then? No. So Sifu's not on this list. Even though in Sifu you can play as a man or a woman, and you fight against men and women in Sifu. Crazy. Dead Space. Multiple characters have been race swapped. Jacob Temple is now bisexual. The ship's bathroom are now gender neutral. More diverse ads. More diverse ads. I can't play it, you guys. Another Crab's Treasure. The rainbow crabitalism is an item future pride flag design for. So here's what's so sad about these guys. One item. I'm lighting on my stuff. One item in a game makes the entire game unplayable. One item. See-through is flying under the radar. But one item makes the entire game unplayable for them. Just one. Just one game. Mind you, Rabbitolism. I think that's just a costume too, right? What? I saw this item in the whatever. I'm not sure what the intention was. Given the name is satirical, as though the store is only selling this to co-owners make money, but that would imply the item is there for cynical reasons, which seems kind of problematic. Oh, this has to be a joke post, right? I'm gonna say it's a joke post. But wait, where's the item at? Yeah, it's like a sash, and they're saying for one thing that you don't even have to use. They can't play the whole game for one item. Just one item. Aliens Fireteam Elite contains overtly pro-LGBT messaging, uses archetype instead of biological sex during character creation, uses masculine and feminine instead of male or female. Again, idiots. Because it says masculine. My thing is, like, are they unable to differentiate? Like, if I say body type 1 and it shares the same like phenotype you associate with the woman, and I say body type 2 and it looks like me, are you saying because it's saying, instead of saying male and female, it says body types 1 and 2, that you don't understand what's happening? Like, you can't comprehend what's going on? Nuts. Super Burning World. I mean, obviously, I'm never gonna read that one. Until then, I actually saw some footage of that. Features multiple LGBTQ plus characters and romantic interactions. Features multiple pride flags, a pride pit, and so just people who can't live in the real world, like Harold Halibut. Okay, what's something that's like God of War Ragnarok? The NPC Angrboda has been race swapped. No one in Norse mythology is described as having features consistent with sub-Saharan Africans. You know what's so funny about this? What always gets me, tickles my fancies, how they say it. There's another character who's black in God of War Ragnarok, and they never, ever, ever talk about him. Angrboda isn't real. Angrboda, shapeshifter in mythology, as is Loki. I love the when they use God of War so much, because I'm like, so you're okay with a Greek god being there interacting with the Norse pantheon, even though that's never happened in Norse mythology. Loki in the game is not the same as Loki described in Norse mythology. Most of it that happens in God of War Ragnarok is not how it happens in Norse mythology. But Angrboda, a character who's never really been described, is a race swapped somehow. Crazy. Wait, what did you say? Animal Jam, was that on here? No, I don't see that. Oh, Animal Jam contains overtly, okay, this children's game allows users to create and display LGBT themed artwork. It also gives out rainbow themed items for free during the month of June. Wow, can't play that. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora contains overtly anti-human? Anti-human? What is that? Doesn't have real world applications. What is, have there been real life like anti-human like stuff going on besides like serial killers? Like what is anti-human rhetoric? Like, am I stupid? Because like I would love to know what anti-human rhetoric is. I don't get it. Yeah, this was talking before. Paper Trail. They're mad because the player character is a woman. Literally. Overtly pro DEI messaging. The player character is a female astrophysicist in training who bends the space-time continuum as a hobby. She runs away from her family to go to university, and you can't play it because, oh my god, it's DEI. It's DEI, you guys. Land of Vikings. Workers include men and women. Women are able to occupy historically inaccurate roles and engage in the same daily activities as men. Let's look at Land of Viking. Is Land of Viking supposed to be just like hardcore, historically accurate game? It's a settlement builder, right? It's just a city. It's a city builder. Who gives a shit what the roles the women have? It's a city builder. Not historical, not realistic, and not logical. Even balancing is really bad. Everything happens too fast. It's really stressful. Only an absolute loser would care about the historical accuracy in the city builder game, dude. Like, because you like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you function in real life? It wasn't historically accurate. Women weren't allowed to breathe around men back in those days. Like, what? These are not real. Terra Nil, let me guess. Without looking to the right, let me guess. Overtly pro environmentalism, right? Overtly pro climate change. Promotes the use of green technologies for terraform without mentioning any of their drawbacks. Why would they mention the drawbacks? Portrays wilderness devoid of humans as ideal. Amazing. Some of these ones I'm going to skip because I did already put them in my video. And other ones I might use for a different video. American Arcadia. Kingdom Classic. Bad North. What else? Futa Dom World. Contains, yeah, of course, it's a Futa game. Features many hermaphroditic characters and sexual interactions. Heavy social commentary regarding sexism. It's called Futa Dom World. Like, what were you expecting? Like, what were you expecting? Ah, there goes the fall of Western civilization. We can't play Futa Dom World. Christ, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, we're only in the 600s. How do you guys have this much of a list of games you just can't play? Like, that's crazy. Futa again. Futa Tales. Juicy Futa. Listen. Futa's gonna have this. It's Futa. Yeah, these are like, they're called I think it's like the Arrow games. But yeah, they're Iconoclast. Okay, first off, okay, let me tell you something. Okay, you guys, if you like Metroidvanias, do play Iconoclast. It is great. There is no subtle pro climate action messaging. It's not subtle. It's not subtle at all. Literally, the main thrust of the game is that there are people who are harvesting this material called ivory, and it comes from the planet. And because of that, like, earthquakes happen frequently, and also, like, there's a religion built around it. Like, it's not subtle. But actually, I've been playing it. Hold on, let me see if I can show you about, like, exposing myself. Not like that. Nothing. Yeah, nothing too crazy up here. Yeah, so look. Iconoclast. I played 18 hours. I've already beat this game before, but I've been replaying it because I haven't done everything I wanted to do. So I have this game. It's great. This game's awesome. You should play it, honestly. It's cheap too. I think if you go to the store, it might be like Yeah, the price. Yeah, it's $20. You should play it. Like here's some music from the game. Like this shit's listen to the music. It's so good. It is a banger, dude. Okay, I don't know how much I can play it for YouTube's like, we're gonna copyright strike you. But yeah, like it's it's a really good game. Super good. And it was made by one person. Like legit made by one person. Oh, you know what game's definitely gonna be on this list? 100%. If this is on this list, I know for a fact Celeste is on this list. Yup. Another great game. I doubt I have no mouth and must freeze on here. And on my screen, I mean, I have no mouth. Yeah. They're not that in depth. But Steven Universe, what a surprise. Don't Starve. The character WX78 is non-binary, uses dating pronouns, and uses honorific MX. Okay. I got blackmailed by a food tonight. You know what? I think someone has a fetish. Oh, indivisible. Let me guess. Because you play as women. The NPC Ginseng is non-binary, uses they them pronouns. I haven't finished this yet. Wait, Rage 2 is on here? Rage 2 contains overtly pro DEI message. Okay, but this is from 2019. This is before DEI is even a thing. Wait. This is my favorite. This is my favorite when they say shit like features an improbably high number of female combatants, many of whom are authority figures. Like, you can't play a game because there's too many female combatants. Then you know what game has to be on here too? Just by that logic, Skyrim. Oh, Skyrim's not on the list. Interesting. Is Skyrim under the recommended? Nope, that means Skyrim has to be under informational, right? Contains subtly pro DM messaging, homosexual marriage options, and NPC environment asking whether the sight of a strong Nord woman offends you. That has nothing to do with. Oh my god, that's not. Oh my god, dude. Okay, all right. But notice how it's not on this list because of having too many female combatants. No, yeah, the amount of time they have to have on their hands to make this list is insane. Obviously, Baldur's Gate and Bloons and Starfield's on this list. I say obviously Bloons because that was in my video. I know why it's on this list. But oh my god. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. Forced diversity that is inaccurate for the time period. Real quick, Assassin's Creed. The one during the Revolutionary War had forced diversity? The one with starring Connor. That one, the third one, had forced diversity? And I love how they don't do anything deeper. They don't tell you what was the forced diversity. They just say it has forced diversity. That was inaccurate time period. Oh no, we'll get to the Fallout series. That has you on here. Pacific Drive. Various pride flag stickers are automatically unlocked when the decorator is built. That doesn't mean you have to use them. I do love Call of Duty being considered woke now. It's so funny. It's so funny to me. Oh my god, like Warframe? Oh, because of pride flags. Forspoken because he plays a black woman. And it's between black people. The Thaumaturge contains overly anti-patriarchy messaging. A female character lady says she is overthrowing the patriarchy. Oh no. Not in my fiction. Star Wars Battlefront changes the self-inflicted death message from player killed himself into player killed themselves. That makes the whole game unplayable? Uses unlabeled presets instead of clearly defined male and female options during character creation. Character creation is super important in Forza Horizon 5. Oh, Life is Strange is absolutely. I don't have to even search it up. Of course, Life is Strange is on this list. Are you kidding me? Of course. Wait. Only Life is Strange 2 and True Colors. Not the first one with the lesbians? Multiple LGBTQ characters. NPCs talk about sexuality. Optional homosexual romance. No. Life is Strange 2, you can literally kiss Chloe as Max. What are they talking about? This is under... There we go. Informational. Optional homosexual romance. Optional homosexual romance. A female NPC character mentions she has a crush on another female character. A female NPC character can mention she has a crush on another female character. The rules here are so topsy-turvy because an optional kiss is informational, but the whole game is a love story. I know what the thaumaturgy is. That's why I was confused when it was on here. Let's see why I made this list. I'm not spelling it right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot I read it. Because they're overthrowing the patriarchy. That's why. Elden Ring. Oh, you guys, you can't okay. I know I'm going through a lot of this stuff. I'm still gonna say this in my video, but just imagine your life where you can't play Baldur's Gate 3, you can't play Hades, you can't play Tekken, Street Fighter, Elden Ring, Pacific Drive, which is a fun, interesting game. You can't play Undertale. You don't want to play Borderlands. You can't play Cyberpunk. You can't play some of the best games of the year, including some of just the best games ever, because it has a pride flag, or because it has a character who in passing says that their boyfriend's mad at them and they're a dude. It's insane. Oh, you can't play Monster Hunter Rise, Guilty Gear Strive, or Dragon's Dogma because Bridget reveals she's trans, Testament is non-binary, uses body type in place of biological sex. Same thing for Dragon's Dogma. Overwatch 2, but not Overwatch? Crazy. Includes historically inaccurate POC Vikings in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Hey, there were black Vikings. That's not historically inaccurate. Literally. There's a lot of .com sites, but like the Vikings. Gene testing. Here's the thing, though. Gene testing isn't a real accurate assessment of if someone is part of your population or not, or a part of your Viking wasn't a profession. And the thing is, too, is here's the thing I find best. They always say like sub-Saharan, as if black people were only in Africa and nowhere else. Like, that's what's crazy to me. What's this one? Oh, this is a fucking Medium article. But yeah, like actually, I'm looking at this. Black Vikings. I think when I type Black Viking, and there's no reputable source talking about it. Europeans affix Viking as Caucasians. Here's an account holding them out as blacks. Oh my god, I'm not. Oh, to read more. Oh. But two scholarly discussions of the Vikings in relation to race and global ages set sideline. The white supremacist nature narrative of Vikings' origins is blamed on Germans who sought to justify the persecution of targeted groups. Another theory also holds that the original Scandinavians were Africans who migrated from the region of the Nile Valley. According to the site, Viking warriors were known as berserkers, known as brave boldness, black shamans who went into altered states before going to battle. The Norse Vikings who invaded England were described in the chronicles as black men. Black Vikings raided Iona, Ireland in 795, 852. They would attack the city of Al. So like, there's a bunch of different accounts, right? But the main thing here is that this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where you also have you have Ragnarok happening. Just this is so great. Marvel Spider-Man Remastered prominently displayed pride flags, not prominently. The new POC main character overshadows Peter Parker. I love this so much because the game is called Miles Morales. And they say overshadows Peter Parker. Peter goes on vacation with MJ. He's not overshadowing him. Peter Parker's not there. Like, Peter goes on vacation with MJ. That's the whole thing. They didn't play these games. Dune Spice Wars. Multiple characters have been race and gender swapped compared to the source material. I feel like that's probably not true. The Legends of Heroes Trails contains overtly pro-immigration messaging. You can't be pro-immigration, you guys. We'll do a couple more and then I'll move on. Let's see. I like Unsighted. Among Us. Can't play Among Us? You can't play... God, you can't play a bunch of games. If this is my life, I'd be so... No wonder they're so miserable. They can't play some of the most fun games of all time. Oh, you know, what's informational? I haven't looked at informational. Okami? Contains subtly pro... Despite the fact that the Shinto entity the player character plays is goddess in PS2 game, Marin says Montage was deliberately written to be genderless. You're kidding. You're kidding. You're kidding. The game manual? Also, do they not understand that a character being based off of something is not the same as this is the character? Like if I said Goku is based off of Sun Wukong, that doesn't make Goku Sun Wukong. He's just based off of him. So they might share similarities because that's the basis of it, but it's his own character too. Like that Chrono Trigger from 2018. Chrono Trigger came out way before that. Amazing. Chrono Trigger. Of course, Dragon Age is on this list. Street Fighter V, let me guess, because of the character Seth has a feminine appearance in this game, but retains his male voice and still uses male pronouns. Seth isn't even a real person. Fallout 2. Homosexual option. Whether the player character is a male or female with NPCs, Davin and Mira can be matched and married. One shot. Wait. One shot is on here because the player character is only referred to by name. There is no indication the character is male or female. In one shot, the player character is literally you. Like I'm not kidding. One shot breaks the fourth wall. I streamed this game a long time ago. It literally it's like you are helping this person out, but you are as much as the character. Crazy. Yakuza, let me guess, because some queer people there. Yep. What else do we have? The Quarry, because of the option to have homosexual romance. I love how just the option. Hollow Knight. The NPC cloth is revealed to be a lesbian. An achievement called Happy Couple involves the nuts becoming a male model for the NPC Shio. Why does that bother you? Final Fantasy contains subtle pro-climate action messaging. Forced cross-dressing and dancing with the sexually suggestive minor. What? Male character. Forced eco-terrorism? How could the game have subtle pro-climate action messaging and then forced eco-terrorism? The Fallout series, of course. No More Heroes. This is like, I could not live this way. I could not live this way. Like, what a miserable existence. All right, we're done with this. We know what we will do, though. Before we get back to making fun of these guys, I'm gonna make a sandwich real quick. So in the meantime, you guys can actually watch the video that I did on that from before. Where am I at right here? What's my account? Oh. Here we go. We're gonna do a twofer. I'm gonna have you guys watch that video. I'll be back before the video ends for sure. I'm not gonna take 18 minutes. But here, I'll get out the way, so you know I'm gone. Then I'll come back. You know I'm back. Or they friends, favorite content creator. I woke up this morning in a cold sweat. I was drenched because I had a thought, and my thought was, am I woke enough? I know I've been called a Sweet Baby Inc. shill, and I've been getting paid by them, which if that's the case, Sweet Baby Inc., you have until this Friday, all right? You clearly have my bank account information, so just hit me with that direct deposit and we'll be good. Otherwise, I'm going to have to slander you. But am I woke enough as a gamer? And I was struggling with this whole morning. I was like, I don't know how to determine if I'm indeed woke enough. And then, as if the diverse liberal gods of ESG heard my pleas, they teleported down here and beamed in a curator page on Steam. So now I know what games I actually can play because these games are considered woke. So come on. No, come on. Let's go see what the wokest games are out there and see if I have any of them already in my library. Also, like, comment, subscribe if you want to do that. Even the bad comments, because, you know, engagement is engagement. But anyways, let's go. Okay, so this one's woke and censored games alert. We notify you about games that have woke and or censored content so you know which publishers and developers you should support. Perfect. I need to know if the content is woke. So let's go through some of the stuff here, okay? Bloons TD6 has a political flag and message in the game. I don't know what message, but has one. Let's see. It says read full review. Pride flag in BTD6 trophy store. Village pride flag. Celebrate diversity and choice with more awesomer pride flag for your monkey villagers. Oh, it's one of these lists. Got it. Battletech not recommended for during character creation. We have to pick a pronoun. Also, you can't create your character to have blonde hair. Well, that is an outrage. So I should buy this game. Okay, so let's put this on the list.
Peggy
we'll just add to wishes. We'll put this on the list. You know, has political graffiti on one of the buildings in the game, and the graffiti is I don't fucking know. We're up to a bigger start. The game is full of so I should play Cosmic Will Sisterhood because the game is full of woke propaganda. Arnita Sarkeesian is in the game's credit as cultural consultant, and but what's the propaganda? Anita dicking me. Political flags and identity politics and sticky business. Dragon's Dogma. The game hasn't come out yet. Whatever. The game doesn't let you create your characters to be shorter than 160 centimeters. The average height for Japanese woman is 154 centimeters. This is likely to prevent people from creating young characters? What? Casepis, use pronouns in character creation instead of genders. The game also promotes anti-capitalism and multiculturalism. I mean, you have me at anti-capitalism, so we're just gonna add this to the list. Oh, the game is already on my wish list. In this game, you play as a detective, but the devs put some political agendas to the game that kind of break the gameplay. Read the topic below for more information. Ooh, I would love to see what kind of political agendas they put in this game. Anywhere to disable non-binary people from Spawn. I'm a detective. I don't care about their gender, but when it comes to identifying someone, their sex does matter to me. I have had problems finding a suspect because his father said his sex was non-binary. Does the game not differentiate between sex and gender? What? What? Am I having a stroke? I don't care about their gender, but when it comes to identifying someone, their sex does matter to me. Does the game not differentiate between sex and gender? Do you not differentiate between sex and gender? Because, like, oh, the game doesn't actually give a shit about gender or sex in general. It's an arbitrary trait that every citizen has that has no effect on anything else. Just like eye color or height, citizens also have no sexuality. Their partners could be any gender and no one bats an eye about the same gender couple. Same goes for the characters. Or sorry, same goes for cheaters. It's a great feature in my opinion because this makes it more difficult because it does limit the pool of victims, but not as much as it would if things worked like you want it. Also, you can't disable non-binary people in real life, so why would you ever disable them in the game? Yeah, okay. But so this is already on my wish list, so I'm feeling pretty woke right now, but I could be more woke. We could always be more woke. Oh, wow. Who would have thought a Call of Duty game would have political flags and emblems? Crazy. Deep Rock Survivor. The line spoken by player character dial. Okay, we're back. I've returned. I have returned. Oh, that is streaming. Okay, let's go back to here. we want to get to this video. The pussification of video games.
Today, I want to talk about the great pussification of video games.
We're off to a great start. By the way, this is pretty much all this guy's content. Like it's, I'm not even exaggerating. This is literally this is his videos. She's suing people she harassed. No, she's suing people who try to dox her. You know, one of my favorite things to do is to go to their oldest videos and to see where they started, right? So this person started 7 months ago. Okay? And then it's like, okay. Then 3 months ago, he's like, what if I just start making the same shit? Look at this. Almost 700,000 views in this video, right? Next video. Speaking, let's say, positive about the game. 10K. Look up Gamers to Show. Hold on. I will. Hold on, wait. So it's like 600, almost 700K, right? 10K. And then it was like, okay, 10K. But now when I make fun of modern game, ooh, 130K. Old game, 8K. Old game, 24K. 49K. 35K. Oh, woke? 176K. What killed masculinity? 2.5 million. This is just going to be his trend now. Now it's look, masculine, gay, woke apocalypse, gay, homophobic, giga chad, pussification, worse. Like it's just it's such a predictable grift. Like it's so predictable.
Games that has happened the past 20 years. Is it a soy-based diet doing this? Is it the rise of OnlyFans simping doing this? If you have recently had the thought, I wonder what new pumpkin-flavored items Trader Joe's has, be careful, my brother in Christ, you might be gay now. But if there's one thing that is straight as hell, it's the rock-solid video games of the 2000s. Your Gears of War, your Medals of Honor, your Chronicles of Riddick's. These games were masculine as hell, and we want them back, and we're boycotting video games until they come back. I recently saw this disappointing photo of Phil Spencer being pushed out of the photo by two domineering girl bosses who are probably unfulfilled because they're trying to succeed in the corporate.
Like, holy shit, dude. Just the amount of projection and assumptions being made. Who's being pushed out of a photo here? Who's being pushed out? And also, we're boycotting games. We're boycotting games. How many awards does this game win? Game of the Year, BAFTA Game of the Year, Game or Best Multiplayer, Best Performance, Best Role-Playing Game, Player's Choice, Outstanding Video, Best Community Support, Best Performer, Best Game Writing, Best Music, Player's Choice, Best Narrative, Best Interactive Work. Good job. Good job. Asmongold reacted to the Killed Masculinity video. I'm sure he did. So Baldur's Gate 3, that game came out, I would say during the woke times, right? The beginning of the woke apocalypse came out in 2023. Baldur's Gate 3 sales from 7 to 20 million units. So let's say, okay, what was the number one? What was the best-selling game of 2023? So it was Hogwarts Legacy. And then Baldur's Gate has been on the list, right? Does Baldur's Gate come out in 2023 or 2022? When did Baldur's Gate come out? August 2023. Baldur's Gate was the best game of 2023. Even though it wasn't the best selling game, the best game 2023. But we're boycotting, right?
Corporate world, instead of having children at home like God designed them to.
Jesus
And
Christ,
don't you love
dude.
Phil's cute little Doom shirt? Like, hey guys, I'm still one of the bros, right? Look, like, we can still hang, right? Nah, Phil, you're trash. You got cucked, dude. You're useless. So I have found that there are still people out there who deny the simple fact that games have gone woke, homo, and gay in 2024. So in this video, I'm going to literally prove it to you using science. What we will do is read the back of the box description of 6 random games from 2024, and then we will read the back of the box descriptions of 6 random games from the 2000s.
Okay, so here's the thing. Science guy. If you choose the games, they're not random. And it's obvious you're going to pick Dustborn, you're going to pick like fucking Concord, you're going to pick like the games that you decide are like that, and not pick like Doom Eternal.
And if what I'm saying is true, we should notice a feminization. A
feminization? Tchia is literally a cultural game. I never heard of Flock. I've never heard of Magical Delicacy. I've never heard of Creatures of Ava. Dungeons of Hindenburg is great. And Flint Siege of Dawn is fine. You get a Siege of Dawn was a common game in the 2000s. He has fucking Dark Sector and Ride to Hell.
Pussification, a gayification of video games that has happened the past 20 years. And before you bring up that video games don't have boxes anymore in 2024, calm your tits, you know what I mean. So to find 6 modern games, I didn't have to look very far. I literally just went to the front page of Xbox Game Pass and found these games. This is clearly what Phil and his team of homos actually expects us men to play. Here they are: Creatures of Ava, Dungeons of Hinterberg, Flintlock Siege of Dawn, Flock, Magical Delicacy, and Chia. Now you...
Okay, dumbass. You said you went to the front page of Xbox, you said? Right?
I literally just went to the front page of Xbox Game Pass and...
Xbox Game Pass. Let's go to Xbox Game Pass. Who has Xbox Game Pass? I do. Let's see what sort of gay games they want us to look to play. Age of Mythology, Star Trucker, Mafia, Doom and Doom 2, Atlas, Fallen Reign of Sam. Well, let's go a little further back. Crash Bandicoot, Creatures of Ava. So he ignored Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. He ignored Kinitsugami, chose Dungeons of Hinterberg, Flintlock, and Flock. Ignored Crash Bandicoot. Let's see. Magical Decay. Ignored Neon White. And these are just the recently added. These are games that are recently added. It's not, here's the games we want you to play. Maybe the picks for you section would have been better. Let's look at picks for you. Oh, Callisto Protocol. Bolt Gun 4. Oh, wait, shit. Warhammer for real? Hold on, wait. Let me install some quick. I'll start later. Okay, cool. Sick. Warhammer game. Like a Dragon. Sorry, not a dragon. Like a Dragon. Many races name. Tales of Arise. Power. Diablo 4. Ah, man, look at these pussified games. No More Heroes 3. Modern Warfare again. Wulong. Resident Evil 3. RoboQuest. Control. Like a Dragon Edition. Yakuza Like a Dragon. I didn't know that was even on Game Pass. Octopath Traveler. Ah, but you're right, dude. You're right. This is what Phil Spencer wants you to play. You're right.
Found these games. This is clearly what Phil and his team of homos actually expects us men to play. Here they are: Creatures of Ava, Dungeons of Hinterberg, Flintlock Siege of Dawn, Flock.
The reason why he forgot to put Dustborn in this is because Dustborn's not on Game Pass. So already lying.
Magical Delicacy, and Chia. Now you might say, oh, Andrew, you're specifically picking out games aimed at children. No, dude, I'm literally just going to the front page of Game Pass, and these are 6 games featured on the front page.
On the recently added, and again, Neon White is right there.
Of Game Pass.
Because Flock, okay, you know, when did Flock come out? July 16th. Because if he's just saying these are all the games that they make you pick that came out this year, it's also hilarious to me that he's now making this specifically about Xbox and not just gaming in general. But they recently added this game to Game Pass. His original point is garbage. It doesn't stand.
Also, side note, isn't it weird that these pedo developers are always making games aimed at kids?
Dustborn's not a game aimed at kids. Sweet Baby didn't even work for Dustborn.
But that's a whole other thing I'm not going to get into right now. All right, so what games from the 2000s should we compare these with? These are 6 kind of random games that I just happened to pull off the shelf without thinking too much about it.
Lies.
They are Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30, Ride to Hell Retribution, Modern Warfare 2, Dark Sector, Deus Ex Human Revolution, Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena. And again, all I'm going to do here is read the descriptions and we will compare. 2024, Creatures of Ava. Let your empathy guide you as you play an exciting action adventure.
I don't know if I can watch this video. This is so stupid. He doesn't understand genres. He does understand genres. And then he says the games are from the 2000s, right? 2000?
Deus Ex Human Revolution, Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena. And again, all I'm going to do here is read the descriptions and we will compare. 2024.
Oh, so not even the year 2000, just the 2000s. So anything before 2010, right? That's the criteria. And he said these are the manly games I'm picking. He's picking games. This is cherry picked.
4, Creatures of Ava. Let your empathy guide you as you play an exciting action adventure
creature safer game.
Understand and tame the creatures of Ava and let them lead you through a variety of ecosystems.
By the way he's making his voice like that, just say it normally.
All in the hopes of saving the planet from a life-consuming infection. I also found out that the 2 main characters of this game are, of course, homosexual black women because, 2024. Let your empathy guide you? Like, what the hell? I don't play video games to let my empathy guide me in.
Crazy.
I want to be gay and collect creatures and.
What a sad man. He doesn't understand empathy. So like, I don't play games with empathy. I don't play games with empathy. Also, the fact that he's going to use Deus Ex as a manly game completely lets me know he doesn't know the game's about.
Like, this game just sounds retarded, let's be honest. So now let's compare this with a game from 20 years ago. 2005.
Let's compare this with a war game. That's a fair comparison. Let's compare it with a war game. We know what other game came out around that time, actually. 2005, right? When did Okami come out? Was it 2006? 2006. Okami. Let's look at Okami. Let's look at Okami. See what it said about this game. I'll do like him. Experience the critically acclaimed masterpiece with its renowned Sumi ink art style and breathtaking high resolution. Take on the role of Materasu, the Japanese sun goddess. Playing as a god woman, woke, who inhabits the form of a legendary white wolf. Furries. On the quest to defeat Orochi, an 8-headed demon and tyrannical monster responsible for turning the world of Nippon into a ruined wasteland. Like, what if, let's do the, okay, can I find the original Okami box art? Is that what it would be? Or back of box, maybe. This is so stupid. I don't want to do this. Okay. But you get at me. Like, it's you could just pick. Why would not pick a similar game?
Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30. The back of the box says this. They would sacrifice everything except each other. Like, damn, dude, just grabs you.
That sounds gay as hell, doesn't it? I'm sorry. Doesn't that sound way gayer than what he was trying to do with the other thing? Brother in arms. We'll sacrifice anyone except for each other. This is some Brokeback shit. Like, what are you talking about,
like,
dude?
That is the back of a box. I'm like, okay, I'm interested now. That is a dope intro for a back of the box. It goes on: the night before D-Day, 1944. The paratroopers of the 101st Airborne Division are dropped into Normandy and scattered behind enemy lines. As Sergeant Matt Baker, lead your squad through 8 harrowing days that will define history and unite you forever as brothers in arms. Like, bro, like the balls of these games descriptions.
The balls of the game descriptions.
Like, nothing is good anymore. Nothing grabs.
God, this is just what it is.
Armed
Okay.
with a sword. Next game, 2024 Dungeons of Hinterberg. Armed with a sword and a tourist guide, explore the beautiful alpine village of Hinterberg and uncover the magic hidden within its dungeons. Master magic.
Oh, this is such a
solve
shit
puzzles,
video.
slay
This is such a shit video.
All this and more awaits you in Hinterberg.
So it's because, again, he has to put on a voice. And there's nothing wrong with the back of that, right? It says, uncover magic hidden within his dungeons, master magic, solve puzzles, slay monsters. All this and more await you in Hinterberg. It doesn't say anything about finding your true self or relying on others. It's saying, come to this cool place, get magic, kill monsters. Get magic, kill monsters. And he's like, that's woke.
Like, okay, I like swords, but based on the game's art style, I know within the first 5 minutes, we're meeting somebody's non-binary boyfriend. Like,
you're not.
Nah, dude, I'm good. Now compare this with the 2013.
Also, wait. I thought we were just talking about the back of the box. Now we're comparing the art style. You see how he shifts goalposts immediately within his own video? That's what these guys do. That's what these guys do. They will make a statement, make a claim that's easily debunkable. You could debunk that shit without thinking. And then they will move the goalposts. Because before, just 2 seconds ago, or sorry, like a little while ago, when he was talking about the first game, it was, look at this oh my God, use empathy to find your emotions to lead you to this magical land. And now this game that just says, basically, go to Hinterberg, you fight some monsters, get some cool magic. All this and more await you at Hinterberg. And he's like, I like swords and magic, but look at this art style. The art style was not the original argument. The original argument was, look at the back of the box art. Look at these descriptions.
Teen masterpiece, Ride to Hell.
And you want to talk about art style? This is like dog shit, even from when they came out.
Back of the box says this: 2 fists, 2 wheels, no rules. Now, it's a little cheesy, but I already know
every
thing.
bad game
this game
says.
Has balls.
See what I mean? Like it's just dog shit. It's just dog shit. American devs used to make good shit.
That America actually used to export like cool stuff to the world, and now it's just homo woke.
It's just his whole thing is, these are games I don't like. These are games I do like. Every game should be like what I like. No gay people, and but he keeps saying balls. Like, he likes games with balls and men with balls and homoeroticism, but he doesn't want gay people in his games. He also doesn't want games that allow you to like play different people and have different experiences. He wants you to play Ride to Hell Retribution because that's a man's game. Motherfucker didn't even put Gears of War in here. Like,
that America is exporting. Like, I know you dudes in Europe know what I'm talking about. Like, America used to export, you know, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, the Stallone movies, like all of the awesome stuff of the 80s and 90s. And look at like the homo trash garbage that America is exporting today. And it's such a shame.
Like all those Marvel movies, like John Wick, real gay stuff, bro.
Next game, 2024 Flintlock Siege.
I love how they always do girl boss.
Step into the boots of Nor Van Anik, an elite member of the Coalition Army.
Motherfucker can't even say member. Okay, I'm going to read this to you guys like a normal person. Step into the boots of Nor Vanek, an elite member of the Coalition Army joined by Inky, a mysterious fox-like companion in their quest for vengeance against the gods. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome.
Army joined by Inky, a mysterious fox-like companion.
Looks lame and soft.
In their quest for vengeance.
That looks lame? Okay.
Against the gods. Guided by Inky, who shares his
knowledge of the world with you, your combat skills and traversal capabilities will be imbued with his magical powers, making you a duo to be reckoned with. I made fun of him for messing up, and then I messed up. Irony.
Knowledge of the world with you, your combat skills and traversal.
See how he has to edit it and add shit like such girl boss, so tough. Like nothing about the description even mentions that it's a woman you're playing as. Again, if I'm going just by the parameters he said earlier, nothing about this description says you're playing as a woman, that you're black, that you're a girl boss, or anything like that.
Abilities will be imbued with this magical powers, making you a duo to be reckoned with. Like, nah, dude, it just sounds gay. It sounds queer. Why is every game like this now? It's always some magical nonsense that never sounds cool. It's like none of these
never sounds cool. Read this again. Let me read this to you again. Step into the boots of Norvanek. You don't know the gender. An elite member of the Coalition Army joined by Inky, a mysterious fox-like companion in their quest for vengeance against the gods. A quest for vengeance against the gods doesn't sound cool to you. Awesome. Guided by Inky, who shares his knowledge of the world with you, your combat skills and traversal capabilities will be imbued with his magical powers, making you a duo to be reckoned with. Again, that sounds lame. That sounds lame. Because all he's doing is making a voice. He's just doing a voice.
Magical nonsense that never sounds cool. It's like none of these developers beta tested any of these ideas with normal guys. I guarantee you get a bunch of straight
normal guys, college bros
in a room, and they would tell you this idea was terrible. Oh, but the cherry on top, of course, is this: black female lesbian girl boss as the main character. Like, F off.
She isn't fighting for her girlfriend and trans best friend or something. I'm playing this game right now. I promise you that will not happen. He hasn't played this game.
Off, dude. I'm not playing. I think it's a woman. It might be a man. It might be a they, them. All right, jumping back to the 2000s. And I know this isn't fair to compare this game, but it just popped off my shelf. 2009.
So he's aware that's not fair to compare. So let's just skip it.
The world to the
No, I'll read it though. Modern Warfare 2 continues the gripping and heart-racing action as players face off against a new threat dedicated to bringing their world to the brink of collapse. How is that thematically different than vengeance against the gods?
Yes, dude. I want to know that new threat dedicated to bringing the world to the brink of collapse.
No, you fucking don't, dude. Because it's a Modern Warfare 2.
Collapse. Also, if you had played Call of Duty before this, you're kind of already invested, so it's a great tagline. 2024 game, Flock. Flock is a multiplayer co-op game about the joy of flight and...
Okay, I'm not watching this video anymore. This guy sucks. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. Like, this is the worst shit I've ever seen. I'm leaving a comment. Yeah, dude. The game that says... What was the original part? No, here's the thing. Modern Warfare 2, I didn't say it was bad or anything. I like Modern Warfare 2. But he's acting as if, like... Hold on, wait. Brothers in Arms. They would sacrifice... They would sacrifice everything except for each other. Vengeance against the gods. You got it. Yeah, but this is such horseshit content, dude. Like, I'm gonna be the one Asmongold responded to.
Does anybody else feel like masculinity has slowly been drained from modern video games?
Is this not the same as before?
Looking at recent staff photos of Ubisoft and Halo Infinite developers, and it's all starting to make sense. It's a bunch of fat white liberal women. And white
This is why
liberal
games are
women have
bad
no
now.
interest in masculine, manly, male characters. They wouldn't even know how to write one if they tried. This is why Rockstar, a company founded by men that at least in 2018 was still mostly run by men, created the magnum opus Red Dead Redemption 2, a game with a manly, well-written main protagonist, Arthur Morgan. If you want to see the seismic shift,
Arthur Morgan would hate you. Like, Arthur Morgan would hate you.
Away from masculine characters, honestly, all you need to do is play a few games from 2006 and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Consider how many masculine military games came out in the 2000s. Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, Brothers in Arms, Gears of War, Operation Flashpoint, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell. All of these games were starring men and had themes like brotherhood, duty, sacrifice.
Yeah, because they're fucking war games. Like, it's like he doesn't understand the concept of a genre. Like, the concept of a genre eludes him. And so he's like, why aren't they making war games like this anymore? Aren't we on like Call of Duty 6? Isn't there like Black Ops 1000 coming out this year? Like, what are you talking about? Let's just see a mixed games gay. What's the gay games? What's the gay games here?
To me. And I think another big reason is this. Everything is just so gay now.
That's code word for not everything's made for me and my interest now. And I don't like it because I'm a baby.
Compare the games I just mentioned to the modern trash we have to deal with in Overwatch and Apex. Almost every character in these new games is either gay, lesbian, bisexual, trans, or something else.
And yet they're still doing the shit you were talking about the games before. This person just domed someone in the head.
Gay, lesbian, bisexual.
Like, so again, your whole problem is just you don't like gay people. Right. And JoJo's, he's absolutely like the JoJo character. And JoJo's is one of the most masculine shit out there. They just have amazing drip. He's upset that these games are so gay. They're killing masculinity. He just fucking domed someone.
Bisexual,
blood
trans,
came
or
out.
Something else.
Like he's killing people.
What happened to a masculine dude with a hot...
Can we have this back? No, Duke Nukem sucks.
...chick on his arm? I love the idea of Xbox Game Pass, but I swear every time I open it up and...
He just keeps... Dude, just get rid of Game Pass. I'm sorry, I'm doing pause king shit right now. Just get rid of your Game Pass account. Just get rid of it. You clearly don't like it. Just get rid of it. Transgender non-binary community games selected by communities at Microsoft. And they chose Fallout New Vegas, Rainbow Six Siege. Were you not just talking about how you like those games?
Look for new games. There's just so many games that look gay now. I refuse to play another cutesy 2D platformer or a game with a cutesy art style by some indie developer anymore.
Then don't fucking play. Like, they're acting as if people are forcing them, that they're tying them to the controller and witnessing, like, making it like a fantasy murder. Like, they're acting as if like their family's right in front of them, strapped to a bomb, and if they don't play Trailmakers, they'll kill them.
I'm just done with these games. If you want my 100% real thoughts on this, I just think the entire video game industry has gone woke and gay, and almost nothing.
The entire video game industry, and he is just using this for Pride Month. That's it.
They are making appeals to me in any way anymore. So this is why I
wait.
And almost nothing they are making appeals to me in any way.
There we go. Like I've been saying, that's the problem. None of these games appeal to me. So it's a problem for the whole industry because Andy Gaming Pants, which is a pretty lame name, don't like them.
So this is why I mostly play 20-year-old games on my channel, because they were just better. I was recently reading an insider interview about what went down at Volition Studios with the disastrous Saints Row reboot from an inside source. This source said that the LGBTQ community within the company was actually pretty small, but they are the loudest and the most annoying, and the company leadership chose to promote these people into key roles.
Yeah, I did. That's why.
And that's how you get the absolute
that's what happened.
Dumpster fire of a game that was Saints Row 2022.
Hey, real quick then, if that's the case, how come games like Hatred aren't more popular? That was made by anti-woke people, and that game fucking sucked and flopped. What are we saying about that? And again, my standby, Baldur's Gate, succeeded. Mass Effect succeeded. Mass Effect has LGBTQ members working on it, including Patrick Weeks, the main writer. Dragon Age, also successful. So just curious about that.
I think what you have at a lot of these game studios is about 80% of the staff is probably just hetero dudes trying to do their job, but they're afraid of speaking up or saying what they actually think. And then you have the LGBTQ folks making decisions about what kind of game to make. And everything just ends up being safe and soft and sensitive because, oh, we can't hurt anybody's feelings. So, of course, you get these shitty dumpster fire video games that nobody wants to play.
But does he think that not going out of your way to offend people means the game is going to be bad? Like, can games only be good if they go out of the way to offend people because you have a child sense of humor?
After reading a lot of insider interviews with these developers, this is my sense of what has been happening.
You didn't read shit, dude.
I also
There's no
feel
way.
like there's this kind of unholy alliance right now between games journalists, white
purveyor of shitty woke games. He does know that guy made Max Payne, right? And Alan Wake 2 and Control. Like, he knows that, right? Like, he knows he's responsible for Max Payne.
white liberal women.
Saints Row was badly written. Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Games aren't allowed to be bad anymore like they used to be because there wasn't an entire outrage market behind them. Back in the day, games could just be bad because crunch, poor writing, not a talented team, mismanagement of teams, a lot of stuff, right? But nowadays, if a game is bad, it's because it's woke, because there's a woman with blue hair in there or something.
At game studios and the LGBTQ community at game studios. And they all seem to be united around one thing. They actually hate gamers. And who are gamers overwhelmingly? Well, heterosexual dudes like us, of course.
Yeah,
this
bro.
recent Reddit
like
thread
us, dude.
was written by an actual game developer and made me realize this. It reads, headline,
Am I allowed to say this? I kind of hate gamers. I'm a professional game designer, and I'm worried that I'm starting to hate gamers. Watching the gaming events on YouTube last month with the chat on was extremely disheartening experience. Every time a character...
It's because you guys are annoying and suck, and you're whiny. I'm skipping this part. You're whiny babies. That's why. You guys are whiny babies. And I love how one game developer saying you guys suck means every single game developer says you guys are terrible.
They hate their audience.
Yeah, dude. They hate
This
him.
is a comment I keep reading from you guys again and
They hate
again.
him. They all hate him.
I swear they literally hate us.
They hate you guys
seem
so
to be
much. That's why they
dead
make
set
it.
on giving their audience exactly what we don't want. How long is your business going to be open if you're dead set on not giving the customer what they want?
You are not why do they keep having pictures of Alyssa in here? Like, holy shit. Alyssa's not a game developer. But also, you are not the audience they want. Like, that's what you don't understand. The game industry is making money hand over fist. There is a lot of issues within the game industry, in terms of like crunch and studios being closed because they're not making $1 bajillion a second. But they're still making a ton of money. You're not important.
Let them burn. Let all these companies burn who don't know how to give the audience. The wonderful irony in all this is that it's the very games that the woke cancel mob has tried to cancel that seem to do the best. Remember Hogwarts Legacy? Yeah, men who dress in women's clothes tried to get it canceled. Instead, the game sold 25 million copies. Oops. Remember Elden Ring? Remember how the woke mob tried to accuse FromSoft games of having, quote, problematic depictions of women? Oops.
No, that's the lie. Disorder reviews Elden Ring's problematic female representation. That was one person on the Escapist forums. One person on the Escapist. And they're saying, remember when they tried to do this? Remember when all of them tried to do that? That's what they always do. They, just like that video I showed you earlier, they take one thing, build an entire narrative around it, and then go, see, they tried to cancel Elden Ring. Remember that? No, because it never happened.
FromSoft games of having, quote, problematic depictions of
In
women.
fact, this game's on the woke
Sold
list.
25 million copies. At this point, making an offensive game seems to guarantee that game's success. We could talk about Stellar Blade, pissing off all of the liberal progressives, and yet everybody went out and bought it. Okay, so in the rest of this video, I want to give you 4 examples of a game or game series going from masculine to feminine or gay, and it basically either killed or ruined the franchise. Number 1, Ubisoft and Red Storm Entertainment. So Red Storm Entertainment was a video game company founded by the legendary Tom Clancy to make Tom Clancy video games. He sold the company to Ubisoft in the year 2000, and Ubisoft in the 2000s actually had some balls and made some of the manliest games you've ever seen. There were the Splinter Cell games, the Ghost Recon games, the Rainbow Six games, and the Far Cry games. All of these games pretty much feature exclusively men, and these IPs in the 2000s had so much testosterone, just a single glance from a
He's
wand.
so fucking stupid.
The dude is the ultimate giga.
He's so fucking stupid. This video,
well,
I don't know if I can do
recently
this.
Saw that Tom Clancy's The Division.
I don't know if I can do this video, to be honest. I don't know if I can do this. It's because it's just such blatant, like, just intentional ignorance, like not understanding how games work, how populations change, how audiences change over time. Like to say games are good because guys made them, you know, games also failed too, right? Like a lot of games failed. A lot of games failed in the 2000s. Some of the most successful games out right now are made by a group that he would consider to be gay. The Spider-Man franchise, Horizon's Forbidden West, the Horizon series is successful. Astrobot he would hate because it's cutesy.
Being led by a man who dresses in women's clothes in his free time. Now look, I don't give a shit if you want to identify as a dragon and go
yes, you do.
His dress
yes,
in
you
women's
do.
Clothes. Tom Clancy would be rolling over him. Number 2, Wolfenstein. So I was recently playing Wolfenstein The New Order for the first time, which came out in 2014. And I have to say, of all the games I was sure were going to avoid woke Western progressivism, this game was pretty high up there. The first 3 entries of the reboot were all fantastic. They had the badass BJ Blazkowicz, an absolute...
mind you, this game is about beating up Nazis who won the war. So he's saying that this is now woke is insane to me.
Unit as the main character.
They had one bad game in Youngbloods. That's it.
With the sexy and smart Anya as his arm candy and wife. Machine Game's first 3 Wolfenstein entries, which came out in 2014, 2015, and 2017, are all great. They have normal men and women doing normal shit in them. Awesome.
Normal shit. Like having your head decapitated and put on a super soldier's body. Normal stuff.
But of course, the woke mob had to get involved somehow. So you have a beloved series with a beloved, tough, male, manly main character. Do you suppose it's a good idea to kill off that guy and replace him with cringy girl boss characters? Wolfenstein Youngblood came out in 2019, and it's an absolute tone-deaf disaster. So many modern video games, I find myself asking, who wanted this? Who asked for this? I often ask the same thing of the new energy of story and gameplay. You are BJ Blazkowicz, unleashing his rage on the Nazis for killing everyone he loved. You see this come across in his brutal assassinations, like sticking a rusty pipe.
But here's what I was talking about earlier, right? Games are no longer allowed. Not just game, media is no longer allowed to fail or be bad because it was just bad. It has to be bad now because diversity, because women, because queer people, because of anything else besides the fact that maybe it was just a poorly produced product, because that can't exist. But then when he, you know, sees something that actually works, because mind you, the Wolfenstein franchise is extremely woke, like exceptionally woke, right? And they're really good games, so he can't say anything about that. He can't. So he has to pick and choose. It has to be the game that we all know is bad. Oh, well, it's bad because of woke. Like it's so transparent.
The eye socket of an SS Waffen commander. But the setup to Wolfenstein Youngblood is incredibly cringe. In it, you play as BJ's daughters, and they're honestly nothing like him. The first time you kill somebody, they don't really want to do it. And when they finally kill the guy, they have to have lattes and talk about it afterwards. Youngblood is a perfect example of how a cutscene can go so wrong in a game.
Obligatory
BJ's setup is perfect and explains
minority.
To you why you're doing the action.
Obligatory minority. So did you not play the other games? Because there was also obligatory minorities in that game too. Why is not mentioned?
You're doing. BJ's daughters, however, are acting like they're in an episode of Big Bang Theory the whole time. But oh yeah, they just happen to be killing Nazis and haha, isn't this so funny? It's tonally all over the place and just so full of cringy and awful cinematics, which is ironic because the cinematics in the first 3 games were like so good and short and they got to the point and they were really emotional and impactful. Example number 3, Gears of War. For a full explanation of how the woke mob girl bossed Gears of War, see my video on that game, but I'll keep this short.
Stupid.
The first 3 Gears games are an incredible trilogy focusing on the bonds and brotherhood between men. They are incredibly masculine games, focusing on duty and sacrifice in military orders. And I know some of you hate this, but for 10,000 years, it's only been men fighting wars. Sorry. The first 3 games focus on Marcus, Dom, Cole, and Baird and tell a masculine story of brotherhood. Well, the progressive woke mob somehow got to Gears of War, and Gears 4 and 5 are about sisterhood.
First off, so real quick, I have played every Gears of War game, so I can tell you this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Because if you play Gears of War Judgment Day, which is set before E-Day, you would know that women were also part of the Gears. If you played Gears of War 3, he says the original trilogy, so Gears of War 3, you could play as women. You could play as Sam. You could in multiplayer. You could play as Anya. You could play as a bunch of women in the multiplayer. Like Bernie. Like you could play as so many women in a multiplayer game. But he wants to lie. And then he wants to say that Gears 4 and 5 is about sisterhood. It's not. Because she's the only female character that you play as. And that's really only in the 5th game. Because in Gears of War 4, you play as JD, Marcus Phoenix's son. So this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And in that game, that is about the reemergence of the Locust. And then in the end of that game, what leads to the next game, is the fact that she might be like the daughter or related to Queen Mira. So again, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's lying. Like, I know Gears of War. He's lying.
Motherhood, being a traitor, and what it feels like to be a woman. They introduced the character of Kate Diaz, who I don't think anybody gives a single fuck about. What they should have done is put Kate in a spin-off game, not a mainline Gears entry.
I know one gives a shit about. They made JD the first protagonist, and they switched him out because he was boring. What are you talking about?
But here's the problem, of course. Nobody would have bought it. So unfortunately, Gears 4 and 5 are basically girl boss, feminist Gears of War, and any masculine story about men is
He's
put
never
on
played
the
Gears.
back burner.
He's never played Gears.
Of course, the games include Baird and Marcus.
He's never played
but they're
Gears.
really on the back burner, and Gears is
Baird and Marcus were on the back burner in Gears of War 4, which had to do with JD.
now about Kate Diaz, who I've never talked to a Gears fan even cares about. Moving on, example
he doesn't know
number
he's talking
four,
about it. He's
the Saints Row reboot. Saints Row spent 10
Saints
years
Row
building
is just
Row.
the fourth game was just a bad game. It's just a bad game. It's just a bad game.
Shitty
Like,
games.
we can just skip past this.
You will see sales go through the roof.
Okay.
Hot chicks in games again and manly men. You will see sales go through the roof.
No, you won't. Because that's not the audience people. That's not the modern audience, dude. You need more than that. Doom Eternal came out in the time period which he's talking about that didn't have hot chicks on your arm and sold like gangbusters. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Again, they like to attribute the failings of a game specifically because of one element, which is not how any of this shit ever works. It's never just one thing. It's a series of things. It is the time the game came out, what other games came out when that came out, what type of game it is. Is the market oversaturated? Like, the most popular game right now are Roblox and Fortnite. Fortnite. Is Fortnite manly? Is Roblox manly? Is Minecraft manly? No. But those games are selling like hotcakes because they are what people want. If people wanted the Duke Nukem games, then Duke Nukem would still be made. Serious Sam still exists. People aren't talking about Serious Sam. And guess what? People have been waiting for Gears of War 6. We're done with this video, by the way. This guy sucks. People have been waiting for Gears of War 6 forever. Like, they want Gears of War 6. People want Gears of War 6. You're saying this series is bad or whatever. People want it. That's what they want. That's what they want. No, I'm saying no one's gonna play Duke Nukem nowadays unless you want nostalgia. That's it. Because Duke Nukem games, they tried it. They literally tried Duke Nukem, and no one liked it. They tried that, and no one liked it. But these guys do is, mind you, Fair Game. I had never heard about it. I'm not even gonna lie, never heard of Fair Game. And I just typed in Fair Game. Get one trailer from a year ago, and then everything else is a grifter. Like, the top ones are grifters. Concord 2.0. What about Fair Games? This guy's a plagiarizer. Troublehead for Sony. New shooters doomed. Oh, Hypnotic. This guy, mind you, I'm not gonna watch this video. This guy puts out videos. Look at this. Upload schedule. Every day. 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m. Every day. 3 videos a day. And then his podcast is Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Then every Saturday is his live panel. Like, essence, like, and the thing is too is the content that he puts out, it's literally just this shit all the time. Like, all the time. Sweet Baby has, like, what are you talking about? Like, anti-gamer edition shutting down. Dustborn woke CEO, racism exposed. New Sony shooter already doomed. Community manager has meltdown. 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days. Like, it's just slop. It's just slop. And the thing is, too, the views aren't even that good. 7K, 6K, 8K, 5K, 5K, 6K, 8K. Like, all this work, and he barely gets half the viewership of his subscribers. Look at that. 5.7, 10K, 7K, 8K, 5K, 4K, 9K. And sometimes it pops off 104K. And then it goes back to 9K. Like, I guess that's some no life shit behavior. But you type in Fair Game and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grifter videos in between the 2 trailers of the game. Another grifter video. Another grifter video from Hypnotic again. Another. After successfully boycotting Concord, Fair Games is next woke target. So they're just outright just telling you what they're doing. And you didn't successfully boycott Concord. like look at it. It's just minimal effort live. True. Just grifters. Like, just literally grifters. And then someone actually talking about what is the game. And then that's it. Oh, this game will flop. Never mind. Using AI. Cool. Sony's going bankrupt. Of course, Asmongold. Like, he sucks. It's just like, it's so funny to me because they all have one brain cell. And so everything just becomes, oh, this is our next woke target. This is our next woke target. This is our next woke target. Like, oh, I know it's not just him. They all do the same shit. It's literally like they will I'll show you the video again where they say they just find one thing and then they just, here.
We use one little thing and then we build the narrative out of it. Don't act like that's not what we do.
I don't build a narrative. I
You're
give
an
my
absolute
opinion.
fucking.
You are
What we do. You've made the same fucking video on the same topic at least 7 times a week, Ryan. And you're gonna act like we don't do that.
I talk about I talk about
says one fucking thing and we make a whole video out of it. That's what we do. Welcome to every video we make.
See, I guess that's it. That's what they do. They find one thing, and they all make a video on it. Some of them multiple videos, so then suddenly it just floods YouTube. If you type in Dustborn, you're just gonna find. Look at that. Look at this. Grifter. Dumbass Asmongold. Grifter. Melly Mac. Grifter. Trailer. Grifter. Trailer. Grifter. And you know what I mean? Like, it's just my video. And then you have Grifter. The racist song is literally with a Dustborn. Grifter. Like I'm saying, like it's the same thing. They flood everything. Concord. It's just everyone dancing on his grave, right? But then if you type in something like Black Myth Wukong, you won't even see them praising it. You know what you're gonna see? You're gonna see, look at this. Walkthroughs before you buy, don't make mistakes, right? They don't even praise games that they supposedly like because they don't play those games. They're not interested in big upping the games that they want. They're interested in having games they don't like fail so they can milk it for content because these people are talentless and that's all they do. All they do is peddle negativity and rage. That's it. Because you like my own content. I don't get a lot of views all the time. I don't have 1,000 subscribers, but look. Most of my stuff, I talk about things that are happening in the gaming world space, topics I want to talk about. But do you see me, any of my videos, shitting on a game? None of my videos are me shitting on a game. There's me making fun of these people, like LMAO, DEI Detected, and talking about how this is censorship, and trying to explain informing character through design. I did talk about how Scargear was terrible, because it is. But everything else I talk about, it's not me destroying a game or milking anything. I talk about a bunch of different stuff related to gaming, because I actually care about games. And I like games. I even have a whole video me gushing about Animal Well for like, 13 straight minutes. Yeah. Like, I actually talk about things I like. I don't just rage all day, every day. But these people have nothing they like. So it's just anger and rage all the time. All the time. And you can go to any of them. You can go to, let's just look at this. Geeks and gamers, who they admit this is what they do, right? They're just rage baiting, right? Let's go to Jeremy's channel and look at this. Dr. Disberg, who they're defending is a pedophile. Concord's failure. Star Wars. Star Wars. Dustborn. Star Wars. Black Myth Wukong rejects feminism. Does he talk about Black Myth Wukong, though? Like how he likes it? Nope. He talks about game journalists hate Black Myth Wukong. Disney goes full supervillain. Gaming companies earn the hate. Snow White disaster. And it's nerd rock, but nothing here talking about anything they like. They don't like everything. Like, what is this? Apple like episode 6, 50 Shades of Jedi OnlyFans. Like, what? And look at this. Kai Snap Fireworks burns house down. Why is this content? Kids are a disability. Woke video game writer has worst take ever. This is a Lana Pierce. He does not have a bad take on this. And he just lazy ass thumbnails because they don't put effort into anything. They're just rage merchants. It's Geeks and Gamers. It's RK Outpost. Right? It's the same. Same stuff. An hour ago. 2 days ago. 2 days ago. 3 days ago. What is this shit? This is bad. They want us gone. He does the ones they want us gone. And then I think it's Yellow Flash. He always does the ones like F you. Yellow Flash 2 was trash. I mean, it's true. But see, look. Like his thumbnails are always, they want you gone. She may like hell, and he'll be like F off or something like that, right? My pronouns are she, they. Bankrupt, they're not bankrupt. They are mad. They got fired. This is bad. It's so over. They want them gone. Sales are shit. What does this have to do with Assassin's Creed? Nothing. Insider claims Assassin's Creed Shadows pre-orders are not selling. You know who the insider is? Stuttering Craig. But like, you guys get it. These people are just, they're just outraged merchants. They have no talent. So they have to be mad all the time. Which is why I will forever play this video, because all the people I went to, besides Yellow Flash, are right here.
Don't act like that's not what we do.
RK Outpost. D-Day Cobra. Here was Babyface. Nerdrotic.
You've made the same fucking video on the same topic at least 7.
He's covering his face in every thumbnail because he has no energy to put in effort. That's why. He'll say he's doing a bit that his editor quit or whatever, but it's because he puts no effort in anything he does. Because it's low effort content. I could sit here all day angrily reacting to things. Watch. I'll do them right now. Let's just say fair game. And then let's go to their one news source they go to. That Park Place. Boom. Right here. Here we go. I'm putting my Grifter face on. Warhammer hobbyists mock Games Workshop for scrapping their lore and making female Adeptus Custodes. Numerous Warhammer hobbyists have taken to mocking Games Workshop for scrapping its Warhammer 4K lore, making female Adeptus Custodes, and claiming they always existed. Games Workshop introduced a female. Oh my god! First off, this is such bad writing. But wait, sorry, I'm breaking character. Game Workshop introduced female Adeptus Custodes in the most recent codex, Adeptus Custodes. I better learn to say it properly because I am starting to get into Warhammer. With an excerpt stating, Custodian Calades Terravalia stood upon the bridge of the Cobra-class destroyer named Vigilant Flame. The warship belonged to the mighty battle fleet Solar. She lingered in the shadows at the back of the bridge, positioned at a spot where she could observe the actions of every crew member, be they in instrumentation pits, at the armor shrines, or, in the case of Shipmaster Lethwick, stood ramrod straight before his command throne. The official account is confirmed with us missing, except to declare that the female custodes always exist. And then, oh, here we go. Our guy. Warhammer 40k is a grimdark sci-fi tabletop that is the #1 miniature gaming IP in the world. The Adeptus Custodes are the Emperor's inner guard and much stronger, better in every way than Space Marines. Introduced in 1987. Just grums. But you know what? If I'm a grifter, you know what I say? I say, this is the wokeness. The woke people, again, the woke mob couldn't handle manly, masculine men being in games, so they had to come put women in there because diversity and equity and inclusion. And look at her. Why can't they have a hot woman? Why does she have to be so gigantic and have a woke chin? Like, this is like a man. Like, see, it's easy. It's so easy. It's easy. It's easy to do what they do. No effort. I don't even have to know what I'm talking about. It's just low effort content with them reading off of websites, not interpreting anything or repackaging, just reading off of websites. Like, look at this. Warhammer enthusiasts are not having any part of it and have taken to mocking Games Workshop and their lies, simultaneously proving J.R. Tolkien's comments since essay on Fairy Store is true. Token detailed that a story maker proved himself a successful sub-creator when he makes a secondary world which your mind can enter inside it. What he relates is true, it accords with the laws of that world. You therefore believe it while you are, as it were, inside. However, tokenized, the moment disbelief arises, the spell is broken, the magic, or rather art, has failed. You are then out of the primary world again, looking at the little abortive secondary world from outside. If you are obliged by kindliness or circumstance to stay, then disbelief must be suspended or stifled. Otherwise, listening and looking would be intolerable. But this suspension disbelief is a substitute for a genuine thing, a subterfuge we use when condescending to games or make-believe, or when trying, more or less willingly, to find what virtue we can work in for, in the work of an art that has, for us, failed. This is unnecessary fluff they needed to get his word count or something. Because none of this is true. Warhammer fans are fine. On the Horus Galaxy subreddit, Pans Hispan shared an image of an orc custodian and mocked, "Books never stated that orcs can't be custodes." I mean, I just started reading Warhammer, but they did take people from all across the systems. Not saying an orc has been one, but if they did take one, who cares? The whole point of this is that the lore is ever changing. Like, there is no hardcore canon. There's like 600 novels. There's no way there's hardcore canon. And look, they use one source, Reddit. I'm surprised I didn't see a Bible quote. There's usually a random Bible quote in this. Surprised there's no Bible, yeah. Like, I'm not even joking that they usually have Bible quotes in there. He shares excerpts from the 2017-2018 Adeptus Custodes Codex that refer to them as Brotherhood of Demigods and make it clear they are recruited from the sons of nobles. And even reading this, though, right? It says, it is known that all custodians begin their lives as the infant sons of the noble house of Terra. That could be read as this is for the sons. The infant sons of nobles who are custodians all begin their lives this way. Despite the lie, Games Workshop has since doubled. And the best part is Games Workshop owns the IP. They've always owned the IP. They've always gotten to decide what happens with this series. Like, always. It wasn't a situation where, someone bought them out or whatever. It's always been Games Workshop. Like, literally. They've been around forever. Games Workshop. Founded 1975. When did Warhammer start? $1987. So it's been these guys this whole time, the entire time. But they want to act as if like they've been taken over by the woke and they are changing the story. They always change the story. Warhammer 40K content. Let's just look at continuity real quick. Oh, no, not guys. Continuity, is it errors? Error? Continuity and change in Warhammer. Okay, look at this. Just from the jump. The origins of Warhammer 40K actually come before it was even considered Warhammer games. Games Workshop released a game called Rogue Trader in '87, 4 years after their hit game Warhammer Fantasy. Rogue Trader was a miniature war game, but it was similar to Dungeons & Dragons, and there was a third player, the Game Master, that was part of the game. The game used metal miniatures to represent the black characters. Then in the second edition, they got renamed as Warhammer 40K. And they got rid of the Game Master. It became a more traditional miniature war game. It also got plastic miniatures this time. And this was the point where the game became noticed by armies and individuals. Third edition, more changes. The scale of the game was increased, making it easier for players to fill larger enemies. The story was also changed to be more serious, grimdark, and a galaxy without hope. There weren't any major changes to 6th edition, which changed several major rules, added a few new ones. 7th edition continued with this, and also increased the scale of the game with larger miniatures used in the game. 8th edition, more changes. And that's just in the game. That's just in the game. Like, that's just the game itself. Lore. Let's just look at lore retcons. Ooh, 8 40K retcons bigger than the female Custodes. The timeline was rolled back 100 years from 9th edition in 2020. The Primax were just Space Marines. When the Space Marine Primax were first mentioned, they were just the leaders of Space Marine chapters, not the sons of the Emperor. A teeny tiny Lehman Russ miniature was even produced for the first edition of Warhammer 40K, holding the leashes of 2 very small wolves. So, Space Marines, as we know, are super ultra humans, right? But Space Marines were just humans before. They were just elite human soldiers. But the special Space Marine organs that made them to transhuman bats weren't a part of the lore until midway through the first edition of 40K. Orcs had good aim. Orcs were once slaves. Necrons had no personalities. The League of Votan existed, then did. There was no Horus Heresy, which is a huge omission. That's a huge change. The lore of Warhammer 40K isn't anybody saying like but a myriad of creators balancing their ideas against the needs of the company that turn a profit. Exactly. So it's not just one person behind everything. It's a bunch of different writers and creators working in tandem, which is why you have like 600 books, and they're all different. I don't know how these guys live like that, dude. Like, that's insane. All right, but I'm gonna stop streaming right now. I've been here doing it for like 3 hours. I'm gonna do a short one today because I'm gonna be back tomorrow around 9, which is early, I know, but from like 9 to noon, if I have time, I'm gonna stream 40K Space Marine 2. So join me then. Until then, you guys can watch one of the videos. You can look at the channel. You can go back here. You can subscribe. You can share. You can do all those things. But this stream's done. It's donezo.